Hey everybody, we are live.
Hey!
Ah,
Hey!
ah,
If I can't have her, no one can.
ah.
Ah!
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Ah! Okay.
Yeah. All right. This is the Movie Busters episode 40. This is wrapping up the Halloween franchise. This is the Blumhouse trilogy, guys. This is the trilogy
No,
of all
no,
trilogies.
it's a trilogy.
Trilogy. I know you're gonna say that.
All right.
It is a trilogy.
It is,
It's a trilogy.
even though all these movies are sequels to the original movie, but it's a trilogy.
Rob is fucking
I
dying.
know. Anyway,
Oh.
yes. Yes, this is the Blumhouse trilogy of the new films Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
They sure did kill it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we'll get into that killing part. Of course, I'm Alex, aka Alex 3.0, and I'm joined by always Robin Dan, aka Robbie. Rocky Balboa 101 and movie
Robbie
review
Rust.
time. Yeah.
I
What are you supposed to be?
don't know.
Yeah. Corey Cunningham. Mr.
Yeah, I guess so.
No.
Wait, is that his last name?
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to name my new baby Corey.
Yeah.
You should name it Cunningham.
Cunningham. Just
Oh.
just your name Gory. There you go. All right. And of course, I'm also joined by Thomas, aka Horror Fan 34, aka Philly Boy.
Phillies are in the World Series, baby.
I know, tie 1-1. Good luck on that. Anyway, yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Fuck those
Yeah,
Astros.
good luck. So, yes, we've talked about the original movies. We talked about the Thorn storyline. We talked about H2O, the Entertainment, the Rob Zombie movies. But it's time to wrap this up. This is the new timeline. Everything got retconned except for the 1978 film. So,
And by the end of the day, it was completely fucking pointless.
well, we'll get to that.
Pretty much.
It's almost 10 years since the last Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
because you
was some-
figure they didn't, because Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was 2009.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so about 9 years later, yep, we get this.
And I remember there were at one point they wanted to do a sequel to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I was wondering whatever happened. Like, it was gonna be like in
Like, he
3D.
moved on, and then they actually got Todd Farmer and Patrick Lussier, who did My Bloody Valentine 3D, to work on a sequel to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, but that didn't happen.
Good.
And then at one point they got the guys who did the Collector and the Collection, like those guys, to make a sequel to Halloween 1 and 2.
I
the
like
original
those
Halloween.
movies, but that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, so then that fell through, and then we finally had Blumhouse get the rights.
And we
And
had
They got David
Danny
Gordon Green
McBride.
and Danny McBride from Pineapple Express.
Hey, Forca. Sorry.
Movie Junkie Reviews.
I'm sorry. I keep saying
I know we're so used to Forca. Sorry.
I always call him
You're right.
Forca.
Uh-huh. Just change it back to Forca, man. You're so used to it. Anyway, so yeah. So Halloween 2018, we get Jamie Lee Curtis coming back yet again from the dead. And
Yeah, it's about trauma. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
and
Not about trauma.
who wants to start on this one? Yeah, nobody, no volunteers. I guess I'll go first.
I want to start on Halloween Ends. That's for
You
sure.
do? Okay, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
All right, since we got no one is brave enough to step into the play right now, I'll go with Halloween 2018.
Great.
I really like this movie. I remember like being very hyped for it when it was first coming out, and
I remember your trailer reaction.
yeah, I did. I think it's still up. And for the most part, it's a solid entry to the series. I understand why they decide to retcon the brother sister storyline. I understand that. Whether you agree with it or not, it's up to you. But like, I get it. But at the same time, I feel like they reference Halloween 2 so much in this movie, with like, not just that one, but other movies in the series, that I feel like they wanted to include that, but the fact that movie introduced the brother sister storyline, that's why they decided to retcon it. And plus, Carpenter doesn't like that movie anyway, so.
But he doesn't like the original Halloween too.
No, he doesn't like it. So he's got on record as saying he don't like it. Huh?
Fuck him. Fuck it at the end.
But yeah, but I feel like even though I do like this movie and I think it's solid, it almost feels like a checklist of I mentioned this before, like of things they didn't quite do in the other sequels. Like okay, they got the mass right better. I thought the performance by James Jude Corney was better than most of the other Michael Myers in the
Yeah.
sequels. Um, the music, like I'm gonna compare this to H show more because it has more similarities to that. Um, like the music, I think it's better in this one because Carpenter actually came back and did the score with his son,
Which
Cody
was cool.
Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that, and it takes place in Haddonfield, so you have more of a fall mood to it compared to H2O. Other than that, it's like, well, we kind of seen this before, so it didn't really break new ground. I feel
No.
so, and it's weird because like, they talked about this movie a lot, like they promoted this movie a lot, like they were saying something new with the series. Like, well, the whole trauma thing, like you did that show already.
Right.
You did it differently. Here it's like more depressing a bit, but uh, you you've done this before. Like they're literally pretending like they never did it before. Like you done it, like the anniversary legacy sequel. Like HBO was ahead of its time doing that. Now it's trendy. Um, yeah, and like my only like huge, like I got a couple of nitpicks, but my only huge problem with the film, and I think everybody's gonna agree with this. The
Okay.
whole Dr. Sartain thing twist,
Yeah.
which is like
Oh,
I get what they were going for with like, oh, he's the opposite of Loomis. He wants to see Michael
Yeah, but I
kill.
still.
He wants to. He doesn't want to kill him. Don't want to stop him.
Yeah, but I still
Uh,
don't like that though.
yeah, it takes me out, and especially when he puts the mask on, like, ugh,
Oh yeah,
that's too
like
much. Yeah,
that's dumb. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they needed a way. It's because they're not brother and sister. Michael and Laurie are not brother and sister. They needed a way to have them fight together at the end.
yeah, that's the stupidest
So
thing.
it's
Though.
like there's like have the doctor go crazy, and then he actually takes Michael to Laurie. That's how they meet up. At
Right.
the end.
Yeah.
Just because the doctor's like, oh, I heard about you. Oh, you're Laurie Strode. It's
Right.
like, oh, I gotta get them two
Right.
together.
Which actually, the one part when he meets her, he's like, Laurie Strode, I know everything about you, and then they're like, oh, this is Michael's doctor, and she's
Oh,
like,
you're the
oh,
new Loomis.
Loomis. Okay, when she said the word Loomis, like I like fanned out because like that was one little thing like in H show, like I never liked how she never mentioned Loomis in H show. Like, oh, she mentions Loomis, like she's that's
She
cool.
didn't really have to though because she moved on.
I know, but like he saved her life, bro. So I was like, in
Yeah,
the original movie, so she kind of owes it to.
I guess who would
a
she
little bit.
tell though in H2O? Who would she be like? Oh, Dr. Loomis.
Adam
like,
Arkin, I guess.
Yeah.
but
or-
that name means nothing to me.
Right.
But I don't know. It's one of those like fan servicey things that.
Oh, I
like,
got you. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
I was like,
Transformers
that's cool.
fan.
Hey, how's it going, Transformers fan?
That's Chucky doll.
Hey,
Formerly.
Chucky
yeah.
doll. And I liked most of the characters. Like Laurie Strode, I liked her in this movie. Jimmy Lee Curtis did a good performance, especially
did.
when she's like having her anxiety attack. Like that's really well acted.
Yeah, she is a good actress.
I agree with what Transformers says for the Transformers fan says here. That's why I think Candyman did it better.
Yeah.
I think Candyman did it better.
Yeah. And I like the Allison, the granddaughter. We'll get to her more in Halloween Ends, but like I
You're
liked
talking
her.
about
Andy Manichek.
yeah,
I liked her character in this movie.
Judy Greer.
Judy Greer, she was okay. I feel she was a little miscast though.
I really
Judy Greer was
I really
better
did like
in
Will
this.
Patton.
She was better in this than the other movie. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's a good point though. Like she just didn't. That actress almost doesn't seem like she fits that role very well.
Right, yeah. That's why I feel like she's a little miscast.
I mean, I feel like she was until the end when she was like, "Gotcha!" Like when
Right.
she her personality totally changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like then,
Movie Junkie says
Grandmother.
grandmother. I like that she calls her grandmother. Like I remember like a lot of people nitpicking that part of the movie. That when it came out, like no, I actually kind of like it's kind of endearing. Especially with the kind of relationship they have. Like Allison is the only person in the family like that like treats her with some respect. Like Karen and her husband like kind of treat her crap. So it's like, oh, enough
Don't mind
with
me.
this.
I'm just
Yeah.
getting comfortable.
Not enough with this trauma crap, Lori. We're sick of it. Uh, um, like I feel like the characters, like the friends, like some of them are okay. Like her friend that babysits, she was a decent character.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just alright. They're kind of just there.
Will Patton was good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. But we'll get to him more in the other
Oh
movies.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It seems
I
like
feel-
everybody is good in
he's
this
good,
movie.
but it's like
Then
I wish they would do more with this character though.
Yeah, that's why I think the way
And
that
when
well,
they-
we could have gotten that.
And then when they kill him
You
off in
could've
this
got-
movie, it's like he's dead, but it's like they realize when we get to the next one, they realize like, oh, they fucked up. It's like, oh, we gotta
See-
get him back in the movie.
This
they
is the
kind of
problem.
pulled like
This is the
a.
problem with these trilogies. It's like they act like, oh, we had a plan. And it's like they didn't have a plan.
No, or they
Oh,
change
no.
plans like afterwards. Maybe they did have a plan, but they kept changing. We'll get to that when we get to ends.
But seriously, what was the point in changing it so that the sheriff lived? Like, what did he accomplish?
That's
in
what
this
I mean.
third movie? Nothing. It was
Yeah.
pointless.
Uh huh. That's like it's like, oh well, let's bring him back for the next movie because there's more to it.
I laughed.
No,
I laughed when Zartane put the mask on. I'm like,
I hated that part. Yeah, that was the one part when I was watching it in the theaters for the first time. I'm like, no, you fucked it up. You're going.
Oh no,
so
another
well.
copycat. He's gonna
I
be a
know,
copycat.
right? I was thinking like, oh, this is like he's the new Doctor Wynn.
That's Corey's dad.
He's the new Doctor Wynn from from Christian Michael Myers.
It's his grandpa.
It's like Michael, kill for me. That's
Now
like,
I
oh, that-
understand why you kill. Now I understand because I just did it myself.
I
That's how it
actually like the podcasters, like the journalists. Like I didn't mind them too much. They were
I
good.
thought. Didn't you think it was weird the one part though when we were watching this in the theater? I thought the same thing when he's like, Michael, say something, and then it just cuts.
that was
He's
a little
like, "Michael,
abrupt.
say something." He's
That
like,
was
say
a little-
something. It's like, da-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah,
like,
it was a little abrupt. Yeah, it
yeah.
was a little weird.
Oh right. Oh,
When he's sitting there with the mask,
podcaster, right?
He's
Yes.
like, say something, Michael.
Yeah.
He's like, say something.
No.
He's gonna be
He's
like
hoping
Christian,
to get something out of
he's
him.
gonna be Christian
Yeah.
Bale. You're like,
Right.
where are they?
Where do the other drugs come from?
But even though this movie is filled with Easter eggs and it repeats a lot, like it's still enjoyable. Like I get the mechanic suit again, just like he did in Halloween 4. The bathroom scene, just like in H2O. Or you can compare it more to Rob Zombie's because this bathroom was nasty as fuck.
Transform, Chucky. Like that's the only thing I feel like that is good about this trilogy is Michael.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
Uh-huh. And James Jude Courtney, he's become one of
He
my
was,
favorite.
he was a good Michael Myers.
He's become one of my favorite Michael Myers portrayals in this movie.
Definitely.
Like alone.
Yeah, he's good.
I've heard he's great with like the fans and everything.
Yeah. And I liked the finale. I thought it was good, but I prefer the H2O. I always felt that way. Even the first time. I feel like, okay, well, if this was, and I wish this would have happened. I wish this was one and done. If
Okay.
it was like this movie and that's it, end of the story, I would have been fine with it. Especially how the next ones turn out. That's what they should have happened, but it made money. You get to that when it's stats, but but overall, I really enjoy this movie. It's not. I don't want to give my ranking too soon, but it's not one of the best ones. Maybe I felt that way back in 2018, but no, it's not. So yeah. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with everything you said. I actually really liked this movie. For one, I just got to say off the bat, like I thought Michael Myers was awesome in this movie.
Mhm.
Like I just really like. It was almost they took everything about him that we like and from all the other movies and they wrapped it in there because the spontaneousness of him and the unpredictability was just what made it so interesting and also scary because you didn't know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time we see him kill a kid. We see him,
that was ballsy.
on
Right,
the,
yes.
in the-
The
and I was
dancing kid.
what's that?
The dance class kid.
God,
yeah, and I was like, holy
kid was
crap! I'm like,
annoying.
see, like right there, I was like, okay, this means business. Like,
Right.
like this is in the what was I gonna say?
I remember I'm sorry, but I remember my audience were like, "Oh my god, he killed the kid!" You know, they were shocked.
Yeah, I
He
just
snapped
want to
his neck.
dance, Dad. I just want to dance.
Billy
So-
Elliot.
Yeah, so and taking away this was a double-edged sword, but because they took away the family aspect of it, his relation to Lori, again, that also made him. It caused a problem later on, but what I want to say is, like, as this movie, looking at it as a singular movie, which is what you were saying, Alex, if you look at it as a one and done, it's really good. Taking that aspect out again made it more unpredictable. Like, it was like, okay, he's not going after Lori, he's just going after people.
Yes.
I just thought that was just awesome. Like, he wasn't tied down with, like, okay, like, my goal is this. This was just like, hey, I'm a serial killer. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna go after whoever. So I thought that was interesting. I thought the musical score, which obviously we've heard before, but the way they did it, I thought was really well. The twist where, like, Lori had set the traps up in the house and Michael was walking through trying to find her, I thought that was cool. And the fact that Michael was trying to creep people out, you know, like that one kid when he was in the backyard where the motion lights were going on and off.
Yes.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, I really liked this movie. I think when we saw it, when we were at the theater, I think I was maybe liked it a little bit more than you did originally when we saw it. But yeah, besides like and the things you mentioned, the small things, with especially the psychologist who was like, oh, I need to know what it's like. It was like, okay,
Yeah.
that was kind of dumb. But
Some of the comedy in there
oh yeah, the levity was a little off, especially
with the
it
cops.
was almost a little too much. But like you said, yeah, Danny McKay,
Then the Danny
I
McBride.
feel like, or sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, Danny McBride.
McBride.
You know what? I think you have to give it Anna McKay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta take this phone call, but that's all I have.
All right.
I'll go. You mind if I go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. So really quick, here's the thing. Like, I think this movie is really good, but I still prefer H2O, and I think H2O did it a lot better with everything. Not only the trauma stuff. Look, we've talked about this before. Lori's done all the stuff, taking pills, having nightmares and stuff. I think H2O did it better because they were connected as brother and sister. Now, even though they're not connected brother and sister in this one, if you think about it, Michael still was random in H2O. Michael in H2O didn't have to kill those kids in the campus that were there, like John and his friends. He didn't have to go after them if he didn't want to. He could have just went straight to Lori. But he ended up going, in there where the kids were having the party and he was killing them. So I still think Michael was random in H2O. He didn't kill the lady in the bathroom. He took her purse in the keys.
Yeah.
So the whole random thing, I think, gets kind of misstrued a little bit. Like, I feel, in this movie, he did a great job of just walking around, deciding who he's going to kill. He kills a little boy, but then he doesn't kill the baby in the house.
Right.
So the random thing, I think, sticks throughout the Halloween films. So to me, that wasn't like a big deal. The thing I do like mostly about this movie is the music. The brand new mixed kind of versions that they created with the original theme was great. This is probably one of the best soundtracks other than like the original soundtrack.
Yeah.
James U. Courtney, we already talked about. He's great. I loved him. And the thing about Jamie Lee Curtis, I just don't buy her waiting around 40 years preparing. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's just like a Sarah Connor thing. I always compare it to that. Mm-hmm. I prefer it. I prefer it if she was scared to where she moved away, changed her name or whatever, got away, and then she faces her fear. I think that makes a strong message compared to what happens here. I just feel like this is just it's a coincidence. Obviously, that he showed up at her place. He doesn't give a shit about Lori,
Right.
but she gives a shit about him.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I don't feel like that. I don't feel like there's anything there. I feel like it's just like, oh, well, he just accidentally showed up here. Now, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, especially
it,
since in this timeline she only suffered the events of the original movie, and not Halloween 2.
Right.
yeah, and see, yeah, and that's the thing about it. It sucks that they had to just not talk about Halloween 2. But again, that's when the brother sister thing was announced, so I can see.
Right.
But whatever. I had fun with this movie. I don't think it's one of the best, but
No.
I did have fun with it. I think the mask is awesome. I do like the mask. I like the mask way better than the Rob Zombie mask. The mask is cool. It's a lot better than Halloween 5 mask. That's for
I
sure.
thought it was better than H2O Mask, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Like I said, like everything that everything that was kind of like a misstep with H2O, they did here good, but it's like all the best parts of H2O, this didn't quite get it.
To me,
mean?
this movie, Michael was the best part, and that's it. Like Michael was the spotlight, not Jamie. I don't even think Jamie Lee Curtis was the spotlight. I think Michael was the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. Just see him go around, kill people random. That's fine. That's what people want to see.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's very brutal too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's brutal.
which that was one thing I was kind of concerned with, because I was like, I didn't quite like that in the Rob Zombies, but that was the least of those movies' problems for me. It's just like I just prefer more suspenseful, creepy kills than like a gory, brutal kill. But I get it. It's a modern horror movie. You know, audiences like their gore, so you gotta get
the
that.
fight at the end of this between Laurie and him, it was okay. I think it went on a little too long when she's looking for him in the upstairs. You know what I mean? Like that went on a little too long. But I will stand by this. I still think the H2O fight is better.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
yeah. Oh, one thing I will say, like the first time I saw this, and it was the bathroom scene, and he kills the journalists, the podcasters. Which the one part, there's like a ton of Easter eggs from all the movies.
yeah,
I couldn't find one of Halloween's Resurrection. So the only thing I really kind of like looked as much as I could, and the only thing I found was like that lady that was in the gas station. They gave him they gave the journalist guy like the eyeballs, like whatever, like eye contact. Her van said resurrections. Like, okay. They really hit your resurrection so much. Like that's all you get with Easter eggs. Is that.
Transformers fan. Like the Resurrection mask is not bad, but H2O, like I still like it, even though they used different masks in that movie. I still it depends. Like if you're in the light, the H2O mask sucks. But if you're in the shadows and it kind of looks dark, it looks fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, when he gave that lady the peace sign, he was like, nothing. I was like, you're such a dork.
Oh yeah.
Who does that? You're so overly British.
Like honestly, like I said, Michael's the shining moment. That's it.
Yes.
I don't really
agree.
care honestly about anybody else in this movie. Michael
not even like Annie Manichek's character.
She was fine, but I didn't really care about her. It's like you said, it was something we've seen before. So I'm just like,
yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm like,
okay,
disagree with that.
It's good to build these characters up, which is why we'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Which you introduce these characters now, and then move on with
the story,
making us care about them. So okay, this is where we start, I guess.
I was just gonna say, like when he first put the mask on, watching it for the first time, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, there was a little tear in my eye. I was like, oh shit, like
that was
really good.
They
I was like, okay,
like honestly, his like almost like his return,
official return
was really well done.
Yes.
And my favorite part of this movie, hands down, is when he's walking around the neighborhood randomly, just going into people's houses and then one take shots that they do.
Yes.
That to me, it reminded me of the original
Yeah.
but I mean, not like one take, but it reminded me of the original when he would just walk into people's houses or walk behind their house and like
And
do
in this
that.
movie, it was 2 long takes because there's only one
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
when he gets the hammer.
Yeah.
Which I feel that scene is just perfect, except one little thing. They should not have played the Halloween theme song in that scene. It should have been quiet. That's would have been scarier, don't you think? I personally
Well,
feel.
I think they should have played a different theme. I don't think they should have played that theme.
I think
they
if you just heard the trick or treaters in the background and just like
They,
just
they
the
should have
cricket,
played the one where it's like do do do, like the tapping of the whatever
Right.
that instrument is.
Yeah.
They should have played that.
I don't know, like something like that, like a long take like that, where a killer's just walking through houses and killing people. Like if it's
Yeah.
quiet, there's something eerie about that. Like,
Well, yeah.
uh, So this is a little nitpick now. Other than that, the scene's great. You know.
Look, like I did enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
I did. I don't think it's the best one. It's the best one of this new trilogy, yes, but I don't think it's like one of the best.
It's the Force Awakens of this franchise.
Good comparison, yes.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
That's how
pretty
that's gonna be with this trilogy. But yeah, that's cool. I know I agree with you, but like, yeah, it's not. Yeah, like I said, like they don't break new ground. They think they are, which is odd.
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay. Thomas.
I'm in the same boat with you guys. I mean, I enjoyed the film too. It's definitely the best of the Blumhouse trilogy. I really do think. I mean, it's a great start, but unfortunately, when we get to the sequels, I mean, they kind of like this whole trilogy was really kind of pointless because of the way they just fucked it all up in kills and especially in ends. But
We'll get to that.
But this was a good one. I thought Jamie Lee Curtis, great performance. It was good to see her back again on the big screen in the Halloween franchise. It was great to see her. Honestly, like out of the other, my second favorite cast member, like out of the not including Michael Myers, is Will Patton as the sheriff. I'm a big fan of Will Patton. Love him as an actor.
Okay, here's the thing. People, we're all like we're all keep calling Will Patton the sheriff. He's not it's the other guy, Duke.
Yeah.
He's the sheriff.
Yeah,
Which
Creighton.
makes no sense. As like, shouldn't Will Patton's character be the sheriff anyway? Like, why even they should have gotten rid of the actual sheriff out of the story because he's useless, and just keep making Will Patton the actual sheriff. I just don't understand what Danny McBride and David Gordon Green were thinking. But go ahead.
And James Jude Courtney really is one of the best guys to don the Michael Myers mask. Definitely. He's definitely one of the best actors. He's up there with Nick Castle, George P. Wilbur, definitely one of the best Michael Myers, Dick Warlock, definitely in that same category.
Yeah.
Of great actors to put on the mask.
I feel he took inspiration not only from Nick Castle but a little bit from Tyler Mane, like the brutality of Tyler Mane.
Oh yeah.
I really feel like he took some inspiration from that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Minus
the hobo stuff.
And I do think out of the Halloween films, this definitely has one of the best scores because the fact that you had John Carpenter, like you said, come back to do the score. And I like the way they kind of mixed it in. It was kind of like a remix, I guess you would say. And I like the way that the score was done. It's very, very well done. Like when you watch the trailers and
the whole movie.
Yeah, it's
certain scenes,
right.
Yeah.
And the fact that I will be honest, the scene where he kills the little kid, I did not see coming. I'm like, oh fuck,
right?
Holy shit!
You know why he killed the kid, right?
Well, yeah.
Because the kid was shooting, had a rifle.
Right.
So it's Michael obviously saw that kid as some sort of danger, so that's why he killed him, and not the baby.
This is definitely one of the better masks.
Yes.
Definitely a lot better than Rob Zombie. Definitely a lot better than 5.
The 2007 Rob Zombie mask was fine. I don't have a problem with that.
I mean,
are you talking about the torn up one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
I mean, do you think this mask is better than? I think you mentioned that you like this mask better than H2O.
Yes, a lot better.
Well, yeah, I mean, because what Rob said, when it's in the light and everything,
the mask in this one is better in light and in the dark.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Both.
when Rob mentioned, like
Overall,
when you
it's
look at
just
when you
better.
look at the H2 mask in the light, it blows. Like
right.
it sucks.
Yeah.
But like so, this is definitely better in comparison to that for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
So, and what I really like what really made the first film work this out of these three films was the fact that this film was able to balance a good story
hmm
and like good characters and the gore and everything. Like they balanced everything great, and that's why this is the best. Because when you look at kills, really good kills, but the story sucks. And then
Mhm.
ends, there's barely any killing, and then they're trying to focus more on the story. But it's like, but here though, it's a good balance because you have a good story, good characters. You got the kills in there, so you definitely have a lot of this film is like the complete package of everything. Like it does everything pretty well, except for like a couple of nitpicks here and there, like you said, like the whole
Sartain.
let the doctor start. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that shit like was really
Which rhymes with Sam Hain, by the way. So.
Wait, Transformers fan, you like Rob Zombie's Halloween's over what? This movie?
I don't know. Maybe he means over ends.
Oh, well,
Who knows?
yeah.
You gotta be more. You gotta be more clear on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
But and I agree with you guys. What I don't agree. I mean, I don't agree with like the general public how they think like this is one of the best ones. I agree with you guys. I don't think this is one of the best ones. It's I'll just say this is not my top 5 for ranking. I'll just say that it didn't even make my top 5. Like I don't think it's one of the best. I think there are entries in this franchise a lot better.
So would you call this movie overrated?
I wouldn't say it's overrated. No.
Okay,
So-
well we'll see about that.
I just don't think that it's one of the best of the franchise.
I mean, I
just
agree.
think
It's not one of the best.
There,
I
I
don't
mean,
think
there. I mean,
overrated is the right word. I would say
I just think like
I
you
would
know,
almost say unnecessary.
I just think like what you guys said. Like when people say like, "Oh, it's breaking new ground and everything," it really hasn't. It's like it's like a bunch of shit we've seen before. in
No,
other
it didn't
films.
break any new ground. There's
No,
nothing-
it didn't.
the only ground they broke here is the fact that they changed Laurie's story.
Right.
I can't even say the Sartain thing is breaking new ground because we kind of saw that with the Christopher Michael Myers and Halloween 5. Someone helping them.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy
Unless
so
like people,
it's like-
unless like those people who
It-
said that it broke new ground haven't seen those films.
Exactly. So like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I feel like it's the best hits of Halloween.
Yeah, that's the best way to
So it's
describe
like,
it.
I'm fine with that.
Like
A
I
lot-
said, the only shining moment is this is Michael. That's it. They
a lot
got
of people-
Michael
Yeah.
to
A
do
lot
what
of
he
people
did.
a lot of people don't like the whole fan service and best of greatest hits for
I'm fine with
for this
that,
movie.
though.
I'm fine with it, you know. It
No,
did it
I'm fine
well.
with that
It did it
too.
well
I
enough,
mean-
yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, definitely the best of the trilogy. And like I said, Jamie Lee Curtis was good. James Hugh Courtney, good score. I like the kills in here. Like I said, it has a good story to it as well. I like some of the other characters, like Will Patton. Well, mainly in this, like, well, and when it comes to this film, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But he can't shoot for shit though.
no, he cannot. No, he's a very bad
He
name.
can't. I mean, he
Very
sees
bad
Michael.
aim.
He sees Michael like walking outside the room. He shoots and he misses terribly.
Well, that's in the next movie.
I know, but like
Yeah.
this was the you see they set it up in here. They
The
established
next
that
movie,
shot.
no one can shoot anything.
I know, but like, especially him, he just
Yeah.
cannot hit anything.
Yeah, but overall, this was a good installment in the franchise for me.
I
This
guess
was-
that explains why he doesn't even have a gun in the ends.
No one should have. a
yeah,
gun.
but this
I know.
was, but overall, this was a good flick. This was a good movie.
Okay, other than Michael Myers, you got the little kid Julian was the shining spot of the movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I like him too.
Look, when it comes to comedy, I think he had the best comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Comedy
did.
was-
No, I-
his comedy was believable because of the stuff he was saying, not being
Yeah.
like that one guy who's like, "Oh, I got peanut butter on my penis."
yeah, I did not like that.
Dude,
The dad
like,
of Allison,
Yeah, they made him be. Why did they make him so unlikable?
Why is he goofy?
he was just
Right.
dumb. Like when they go in the basement to get all the weapons, the first thing he gets is the freaking yo-yo. Like you're an idiot.
Yeah, really.
And he goes outside by himself when he's
Well, he
top
died. So
part. Hey, he's, like,
there,
he's a
he's an
moron.
idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, won't be missed. Anyway, those are your thoughts, Thomas. You got nothing else to say?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's my overall thoughts.
Okay. You guys have anything else to add to Halloween 2018?
Oh
No,
no.
no. Uh, yeah. I mean, like I said, overall, I enjoyed it. It's a solid movie.
Do you need a light?
Oh, I'm okay.
Okay. Dan, you got any other thoughts of Halloween 2018?
No, I think we covered it.
Okay.
I can do the stats if you would like.
All right. No one else. No one else has nothing to say. 2018. We're gonna move on. Right.
Yep.
Okay. Stats.
Okay, so this was a big hit. The budget was between 10 and 15 million, and it made the most. It destroyed the box office of all the movies up to this point, 255.5 million. So it made bank. The tomato score 79. That's the highest besides the original Halloween,
Mhm.
and the user score is 71. That is also the highest besides the first Halloween.
Mhm.
The IMDb score is 6.5. That ties it for second place with Halloween 2, 1981.
Mhm. Speaking of Halloween 2, like I liked how they had Loomis's tape. And the okay,
Yeah.
by the way, the Loomis voice in this one was a lot better than H2O. That's another thing. Like little things in
Oh
H2O,
yeah.
little things in H2O that was a misstep. They got it right in this way, but overall H2O, the best things in H2O,
Is
we're
the
not
best-
we're
is the
not
best
surpassed.
movie.
We're not surpassed in this film. You know, can I stress that enough? Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. There's so many. A huge reason why this was a huge hit, like so much, even more than Rob Zombie's first remake was, like it had been like a while since we haven't had a Halloween movie, like disconnected with the original. Yeah, Jimmy Lee Curtis back. It was the 40th anniversary. The trailers look good. And it's like,
I mean,
And
Rob
Slash-
Zombie was a remake, though.
and then the slasher movies were making a comeback. So
Yeah.
it's like it just came out in the perfect time, and that's what. Just got it. So yeah, huge hit. Yeah, I forget, like 255, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
They had a lot of money.
Yeah, and because of that, that wasn't the last one.
Yeah, and then
Darn it.
wait, but it's all fucking downhill from this shit.
Darn it.
Or
It
is it?
all fucking downhill from
Or-
here?
Or is it?
Halloween killed the franchise.
We're not at Halloween ends yet, guys.
Yeah, but still, this is kind of the start of it.
Well, this is the.
It's the last Jedi of the series.
It is.
Uh-huh. Okay, which is funny because I like Last Jedi.
Well, you called that this is what was going to happen.
Yeah, it's like.
I said that. Oh, after
Yeah,
this
we
one.
all
came
did.
Yeah.
out. Well, after I didn't call it. I didn't call it after 2018. I called it after Kill. So. I don't know.
That's true.
Disney Star Wars.
All right. Yeah. Blumhouse is Halloween. Yeah. They're the same. Who wants to go first in this one? Dan said he's gonna go first and end, so I'll do that. Thomas or Rob?
I'll go first.
Thomas.
Okay.
Okay, then Thomas, and then Rob can go next. Evil Dice Night. Go ahead.
Okay, so when I was talking about when it came to 2018, when it came to the first of this trilogy, when I said that like that had a good balance of kills and a good
Oh,
story.
I'm sorry. Okay, before you continue, I do want to remind people to like and subscribe, and also this movie originally was supposed to come out in 2020. Remember?
Oh yeah, then it got delayed because of problems.
This is the first
Okay.
one. This is the first one in the series to go to streaming as well as
Yes.
theaters. So on the cock. So go ahead.
You get a choice to be on the cock. or not.
So when I talked about how like the first one had a good balance of both story and kills, this one was kind of more lopsided on the kill area.
Mhm.
Now that's the best thing about this film is the gore. Like the kills in here are great. Like it has a lot of great gore, good kills, but the fucking story in this sucks.
Yep.
Because like you said, like when they like oh shit, like they fucked up with the Will Patton thing. It's like the way he's back, it doesn't make any sense.
He got run over in 2018,
Exactly, and it's like, well, how the fuck's he alive in this?
and this movie doesn't even acknowledge that part.
Exactly, it doesn't.
They
Unless
just
they-
kind of like They even make it seem like he just got stabbed and that's it in the neck.
They
He
kind of
got run over.
They kind of pull over. They kind of pull like a Dewey thing from Scream.
Yeah, but like that was done way better.
Yeah, definitely. But still, it kind of reminded me of that though, where it's like, oh well, he got
Yeah, Will Patton's up walking around like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus he's supposed to be like 60 something.
Well, everyone in these movies, age doesn't even matter.
Oh, we'll get to Halloween Ends when a certain character survived in this movie.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
So yeah, but like overall, like this story sucks, and it's like, and not only that, but you have characters that do such dumb fucking things. Like you get characters doing the dumbest shit,
It's
like
overly dumb in this movie.
especially like Anthony Michael Hall's Tommy Doyle.
Ugh. He was the worst.
I was waiting for him to like go to the he should be sitting in detention like from the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
That's all I was wanting him to
Hadn't
do.
feel detention.
Otherwise, he
And
could shut
I
up.
feel so bad that I'll be like, but it's like because I just recently met Anthony Michael Hall, very nice man, but god damn, like I mean, it's not his fault. Like the way they wrote
He
this
was
character,
miscast. He was miscast.
Yeah.
and the way they wrote this character is like, what the fuck? And it's like, because like this is like the first time they brought back Tommy. Like this is the first time we're seeing Tommy Doyle since Halloween 2.
No. Chris Michael Myers.
Or Kirsten Michael Myers, I should
Yeah.
say. Yeah, because Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
And even Paul Rudd was better
Right.
than Anthony
he
Michael
was.
Hall. I mean, I love Anthony Michael Hall. Love him as an
Even the
actor.
guy in
Weird
Halloween
Science.
4 was better.
Uh,
The guy in-
the guy in the background.
Overall,
Yeah.
if you want to
Yeah,
see a
he was
better
better.
Tommy Doyle, go watch Paul Rudd. I can't believe I'm saying that Paul Rudd was better than Anthony Michael Hall. Like that's not a good thing. That a guy from
No,
Kirsten
why is
Michael-
that? Well, Paul
Lindsay was
Rudd.
better in this movie.
I mean, when you compare, Anthony Michael Hall,
Paul
that's
Rudd's
a
good, but
good
Paul
actor.
Rudd's a good. But Paul Rudd's a good actor too.
I mean, but it was Paul Rudd's like first film, and then it's like he was still kind of new to the
Paul
movie.
Rudd had that mysterious.
I thought Paul Rudd was fine.
He had like this mysteriousness about him.
He's
Like
very written.
Wasn't he like credited as like a different name though, or was it just Paul Rudd?
No, Paul Stephen Rudd.
Yeah,
That's
that's
his middle
right.
name. Yeah.
Steven.
Yeah.
Steven.
Yeah, like that whole thing with Tommy Doyle leading the mob and everything,
Yeah.
like that riot.
That's
thing.
the huge. That's the biggest
That's a
problem.
big
With,
chunk in the movie. That's a big chunk.
that's the biggest problem with the movie. Yeah.
like
Crap.
that's like it's like you got off to a great start with Halloween 2018. Yeah, but here you don't you write characters dumb. You don't have a good story, but it's like. Well, it's like the title says it all. Halloween Kills. Like, yeah, it has kills, but what else? What else does this film have that's really redeeming? And granted, after seeing Ends, I appreciate this film a lot more. But when we get to Ends, well, I'll explain why. But it's like okay, it's got good gore and good kills, but what else have you got for me? Nothing.
Mhm.
You don't. It's like you don't have anything else for me here. It's like. And one thing I got to mention this too, because you figure 80% of this film is Laurie Strode in a hospital bed.
Right.
She's a hypocrite because Halloween 2, it's like if you don't, I know Jamie Lee Curtis is not a fan of the original Halloween 2, and it's like, well, you're a fucking hypocrite because you're doing the same shit in that film that you are doing in this film.
No, but in this movie, she need a doctor in the groin, so that's different.
But still, it's like
No,
you're doing the same shit.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think Paul Rudd was called to play Tommy.
No, they actually did ask him. Maybe he's
Oh, did they?
yeah, but he was too busy making a better
Oh.
movie.
Paul Rudd was supposed to come back.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think they got contact with him. I thought maybe he
I never would have thought Paul Rudd would have want anything to do with the Halloween
yeah,
franchise.
really.
Considering how big he is now, doing Ghostbusters and Marvel and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
Bill Murray's going to be in the
I just don't understand that. Like
Wow, Bill.
I just feel like Halloween 2, like it's so hypocritical. Like I was talking to my buddy Eric because that was the guy I was best man to at his wedding and everything.
Mhm.
Eric's a big fan of your videos too, by the way, Rob. We've been watching. Me and you watching. I mean, me and him quote your videos like from back in the day all the damn time. Like he always starts it.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Bounce
All
off.
those were better than.
All better than Halloween, and like
well,
Halloween.
no, I mean all those videos back then were better than they are now. Like I wish I had the motivation to do that stuff again.
So he was even talking about like I said to him like it's really fucking hypocritical that Jamie Lee Curtis in a hospital bed. They kind of do that with Halloween 2 when she didn't like doing that, and my buddy's like, well, yeah. Exactly, like.
Yeah,
she is kind of hypocritical. It's like, why does she? I mean, she's in this, but like, if you're not a fan of Halloween 2, then like, what? You're basically doing the same thing in this.
She complained about that she hadn't like Halloween 2. There was like nothing for her to really accomplish in that movie.
Halloween 2 accomplishes a lot more than this film.
She did. What'd she do in this movie? Nothing.
Well, other than kneeing a doctor in the groin, that's really about it.
He deserved it too, though.
He kind of fucking did.
Yeah. And we'll I get to that when they go to the stupid mob in the hospital.
Yeah, it's like this is really the start of the fuck up of the franchise.
So you only liked the kills and that's it.
Pretty much, like
Yeah.
because like there's nothing in it that I like about the character.
Yeah, I mean, like when it comes to like
so fucking dumb.
When it comes to like kills in horror movies, like it's like saying like, oh well, the best part of an action movie was the action, but like what about the story and characters, you know? Well, the special effects, you know.
There are films that are like that, though. I mean, where the effects and the gore are much better than the actual characters and the story.
Right.
And this just happens to be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but this was really the start of the fuck up. But I was really hoping the Halloween Ends would at least redeem this a little bit. But honestly, this Halloween Ends made this film look like 2018 in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Overall. I would just say it's just, I don't know. It's like
middle of the road,
very middle of the road, very disappointing. Like on first watch, like very, very, very underwhelming and very disappointing.
Especially since we had to wait an extra year.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what made it even more very underwhelming because of the fact that it was delayed because of the pandemic.
Right.
And I remember the Alex's little short that he did, like no.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love that. I love that.
It's still up there. It's still,
yeah,
still up there.
Halloween Kills Later 2021. My reaction, no.
Yeah, I did the Rick Grimes Walking Dead thing.
Yes.
It's stupid in hindsight.
Yeah, but overall, this was a very middle of the road, sort of blasé,
right,
underwhelming.
With our what?
Thumbs down.
Yeah, overall, I what I say at the end of the day, what I like this film.
So thumbs down.
Really.
So thumbs down.
Yeah, thumbs down, but definitely better than compared to Ends.
All right, Rob, what's your thoughts on Halloween Kills?
I don't like it. It's look. After the next movie, I guess I'd like it a little bit more than that, but it's not saying much. This movie's overall stupid. It's the characters are stupid. I don't even think the kills are really that good. I think the kills in 2018 are way better. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the whole firefighter scene where he has to go. They made Michael like I want to say like overly like gory.
Overpowered.
Well, just because it's like they wanted to ramp things up for the sequel. It's like I think Michael did fine in the first movie. Like I think he was overall like his kills were great. And there's nothing wrong with ramping it up. I just think that it was kind of just forced to do that. Like the whole firefighter scene was just I was like, what's the big damn deal? You know what I mean? Like it's like he's acting like John Wick, like, and he's acting like Jason pretty much. Michael stays in the shadows. He doesn't just like go out there and be like, oh, chainsaw, like, ugh, come on, like.
Well, they attacked him, which is funny.
That's what's stupid about it.
What's stupid though.
They attacked them.
But I mean, Michael comes out on the porch like this with a thing in his hand, and he's like going like this, patting he's like, come on, like.
Oh
okay,
yeah, he does do that.
Michael wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Michael would go out the back door or another place and try to like flank him. You know what I mean? Like he
Right.
wouldn't face to face go on like that.
I like
But
how the
anyway.
one firefighter. I like how the one firefighter starts spraying him with water. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Well, because of the pressure, but yeah, it's stupid.
Right.
So the stupid drone lady, I think that drone thing was dumb. Like the characters were just weird in this. Like Sheriff Brackett, it was cool to see him, but
Oh
he was
yeah,
just,
Charles
he was
Cypher.
like, evil dies tonight. Make sure
Right.
evil dies tonight. I'm just like, shut up. Like,
You know who's the first person to say it in the movie?
was the nurse,
Nurse.
right?
Yeah, and it feels
Yeah.
so out of place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't even make sense.
She's
So
like,
forced.
yeah, evil dies tonight. Oh, just for make sure evil dies tonight. God, like
Uh,
I think the
How many,
writing
how many times would you say they said that?
dude,
a lot.
A
wait
lot.
wait till you get the hospital scene.
Yeah. Like at least 20, 30 times.
The writing was the worst part. I think about this whole movie was the writing was terrible. It was
Mhm.
the dialogue. I mean, we started laughing when the guy jumped out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
that
mean,
Oswald?
Yep. Hunchback.
no one can shoot a
Oswald
gun.
and
To sa-
Enswald.
no one can shoot a gun to save their life in this movie.
No, they shoot
Um,
themselves.
The nurse coming back was pointless as hell. She had a
Yeah.
better part in H2O.
Yes.
she did.
Oh yeah.
Lindsay was fine. I think she had a couple of good moments, but
The one chase scene is good.
one chase scene is really good.
Yes.
And where he stalks her in the forest.
No music,
That-
which I like.
yes. That was good. I wanted to see more of that.
Mhm.
Tommy Doyle was dumb with a stupid bat. You know, like oh, I'm gonna get him.
I know, right? Yeah.
He starts wrecking the car.
Evil dies tonight, baby.
And then Michael basically gets his ass beat at the end, and then he just gets up. It's like the mask is in power. He gets up, and then he's stronger than ever. Like he takes everybody out that's on the street, just everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, this movie's a mess, man. It is a. I really don't know. Okay, positives. I would say James Hugh Courtney
Mhm.
was great as always. I think he was fine as walking around as Michael doing his thing. Okay, that was a spotlight. Laurie sucked. I think Will Patton sucked. I think I really even Andy Matichak sucked in this. I really didn't like.
I disagree with that. I think she was still good in this.
Is that Allison?
Yeah, listen.
Okay.
I
Yeah, but
think
she just all she did was ride around with her stupid boyfriend. But I guess
Yeah,
that's
but-
a better boyfriend than what she has in the next one.
Yeah. But we didn't mention in 2018 that boyfriend cheated on her, and like she forgives him really quickly.
Yeah, he throws her phone in the.
And the nacho dip or whatever. it
You think
was.
you're gonna get that?
Yeah.
No, right.
I remember when 2018 came out, everybody was mad that he didn't die in 2018. Everyone was like, I can't wait until he dies in this one. And like, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Everyone sucks in this.
Uh-huh.
Just just kill it, like Adam Driver says.
So-
But
So you said the positives for you, James Hughes, Courtney.
I'm gonna say
and-
that's it. The
Not
music
even-
wasn't even good.
Oh, okay. Not even the kills. Any of the kills.
Some of the kills were okay, I guess, but I still think 2018 had better kills. That's just I don't know.
I agree.
A lot of the kills in this were fast, and like some of them were even off screen. Well, maybe the best kill is when he
What-
jumped out of the window.
This
That was the best one.
this trilogy has a lot of off-screen kills.
This movie to me is filler. They shouldn't have even had a separate movie where no one fucking does anything. They just it's like in the middle. It's like, why do you need? They should have combined this movie with maybe like Halloween Ends. It come up with a good story there. Like, you know what I mean?
But with actually about Michael Myers.
Actually a story.
Yeah.
I just think this is filler. I don't think there's. If you want a trilogy, do 1978. Do 2018 and then do another movie. There you got a trilogy.
Yeah.
Instead of doing this, like adding, you know what I mean? This is just filler.
Or Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, and Halloween H2O.
Exactly. There you go. So yeah, honestly, I didn't care for this film.
Yeah.
And
Evil Dice Tonight. Okay.
it should.
All right, Dan. Your thoughts on Halloween Kills?
So one thing that hasn't been mentioned yet that this is the only high praise I can give this movie was the flashback stuff. I really like that. I really feel like they got the tone right of the original. I loved how Michael acted.
I'm sorry, that was the other positive I was going to say.
Yeah. I remember you mentioned that was one of your favorite parts of the
Yeah, I loved that part. Honestly, they did so well with it, and then it all slowly goes downhill from there. Like the whole rest of the movie, it's like it teeters this way. There we go. But besides that, and besides again, Michael Myers being just a great interpretation of the character, minus what you said that I completely forgot about was when he walked out of the house and he tapped the axe like Michael. That I feel like that was out of character. But other than that, the problems with this movie are the setups are not bad, but it's the execution. Thank you. Was just awful. Like for instance, you already brought it up when he walks out of the house. Like there's no cops there. It's all firefighters, and the firefighters are like, "Yeah, let's get him." I'm like, "What?" Like I didn't like that. Like right off the bat,
they would be like, "Hey, are you okay?"
Yeah, exactly. They would,
or they'd be like, "Oh crap! Like let's call the cops."
Yeah,
they wouldn't engage him. I don't care. Like in like starting saws and crap. I'm just like, this is dumb.
Yeah, that was.
Then you get to the bar scene, and like you have these people that were affected by Michael back then.
Yeah.
But immediately when they see Michael's escape, everything from that point on just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and
like,
they see what Michael looks like.
Right. Like and we brought this up. Like he being a serial killer, his face would be plastered everywhere. It's not like he's being hidden in this insane asylum. He's there. You know, like.
Yeah, people would know what he looks like. Right. They would know because it would be on the news. Like, oh, the 40 years ago, you know, Michael. People do stories,
mugshots.
I mean, yeah.
And I thought all the characters in this movie sucked. Like, not just the acting, but the characters were not likable. Like Tommy Doyle was very. I right away I had a dislike for Anthony Michael Hall's portrayal.
Yeah,
and just the way they were acting and. The whole and then like the scenes that were just not necessary, like the gay couple was like like okay, well that's fine, like the
Big John and Little John,
in the exposition where it was they were talking about they live in the Myers house, that's fine, but like, then we get the scene of the one guy dancing to the record. It's just like, why? Like we didn't
when that scene came up in the theater, I remember you turning to us and go like, this guy's gotta die. I remember you saying that.
It was so like out of place.
Yeah, and
that's, right there, that's Danny McBride's like touch.
Yeah, and the whole drone flying. Again, you could have had that whole scene and cut the drone part out, and it would have worked. But they had to have them trying to fly a drone in the house.
She's flying a drone in the house.
What
the hell are you doing?
And every time I saw that insane guy that was Oswald Cobblepot, was just like.
Yeah,
but couldn't they have had someone escape that resembled Michael? Then it would have made a little bit more sense.
Yeah,
that was fat and short.
Right.
Michael's tall, like, and he's not fat. And the whole like, and then once they get to the hospital and like everyone's panicking and being stupid, it's just like
that's like half of the movie.
I know.
Yeah.
So then you get to the end where the townspeople. I remember in the theater when the townspeople kind of tricked Michael and like they're surrounding him. All of a sudden, I was like, okay. I'm like, they didn't get here how I think they should have got here, but I see where they're going with right here. And so I actually had a little optimism right there when they beat him down and stuff. But then he just gets back up and kills them all. So like the message the movie was trying to send, like, anything. Yeah. The getting into the group and Evil Dead Tonight, it did nothing. Like, I feel like the movie should have ended with the Michael beatdown and not had him get up and then it was just like, oh, we're just gonna kill all these people. Like, it just felt tacked on to me. So the movie just went way downhill.
Yeah, and then he ends up killing Laurie's daughter.
Yeah,
on top of that.
Yeah, see, it was like tacked on. Like, oh, let's just
what is the final scene with Michael? Isn't he up in the room?
Yeah, she goes to the room, and then he appears behind her and stabs her.
So that's so
Yeah.
he killed everybody outside and killed her, and that's it. That's the
Yeah.
end.
And one more thing I want to add because I'm done.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say this was something I liked in the movie, but I like that it was addressed that in the movie Laurie was kind of being like, oh, like he's after me, and then William, whatever the
Patton.
shit,
Hawkins.
was like Hawkins, that he was like, oh no, like
It was a doctor.
that's not what he was doing. So I like that they were kind of addressing forward that, hey, you're not the reason. But again, that caused it causes a double-edged sword and a conundrum, and it leads into the next movie, which is
It's like Last Jedi. Like you're nothing. You come from nothing. You're nothing.
Like I said, Laurie spent all this time preparing, but she didn't understand the fact that if you try to burn the house down, the fire department's probably going to show up. And that's why I hated the part where she's like, no, let it burn. Like, oh my God, what are they doing?
Yeah,
why are there fire trucks going out there?
Yeah, she acted like it was a shock.
Like, come on, Laurie. Like,
I guess she didn't bank on getting stabbed in the stomach, and she had to go to the hospital. You know.
yeah, but I mean, but she should prepare for like the fire department to show up. I mean,
But here's the thing, though. It's funny you mentioned that. But when she wakes up after her surgery, she talks to her daughter Karen. She's like, "We did it. We burned Michael to the ground." So she's not worried. It's like she thinks he's dead. So which is it, Laurie?
Yeah, you were like panicking, and now you're like, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's the drugs you're kicking in. You know.
Look, that's just bad writing.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's all I have. I'm good.
All right. I hear you guys. I agree. Here's the thing. I agree. You guys are right about the writing and the characters and all that. But at the same time, for me, just personally, as a dumb slasher film, it's still entertaining enough to go get through it. The dumb stuff. And it is a lot of dumb stuff to get through. Like the biggest thing you guys already mentioned, the Evil Dies Tonight crap, the mob in the hospital, which is so dumb because you see doctors and patients running around.
And the cops are acting like, well, we can't do anything about this.
Right.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of the January 6th riot.
Which makes no sense because this movie was filmed way before that. So it's like
Yeah.
The cops didn't even try. Like in the hospital when they were like, yeah, all of a sudden the cops were like, no, don't.
Yeah. Then you have the Duke guy being like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, why
Right.
were they all looking like, what's happening? Oh my God.
right. Yeah.
What's going on?
Get your riot shields out, you idiot.
And Tommy Doyle was looking through the glass like, oh, I think, what's he going to do? Is he going to jump? Is that Michael? Is it him? I don't know.
The dumbest part is when after the guy jumps and then Brackett says like, "It's not him, Tommy," and Tommy's like, "How do we know? You're an idiot."
You should die, Tommy.
Yeah. And that's another part that was disappointing about this movie, though, was they don't do much with the returning characters. Lindsay and the Tommy and Brackett and Lonnie. Like, there's no scene with. There's no scene there's no scene when Brackett talks to Laurie. Like Tommy talks to Laurie one time and that's it. Like what's have they seen each other recently or has it been a long time? Like what?
Yeah.
That's why this movie's filler because Laurie doesn't do anything. She sits in the hospital. She's in the bed until she gets up that one time. That's it. Wow. You know?
Mhm.
They focus on the stupid mob more than they did her.
Just like the Creed movies, they should have just left Laurie out of this series. They should have left Rocky out of the Creeds, and they should have left Laurie out of the
should have had
remakes.
a tombstone already.
Listen, it probably would have been better.
Maybe.
I don't know. You still would have that Evil Dice Tonight stuff in here.
Laurie.
I know. I didn't care for Jamie Lee Curtis in this trilogy. If you want me to be perfectly honest,
she's a final girl and everything, but that's why I think H2O, like with those original films, we've already got enough of her. That's why I'm just like, this is just like, why are they doing this again?
Well, because she's a big name.
Yeah, but let's focus on Jamie's character. How about?
So
they want to,
or maybe someone brand
they want to unretcon something. Let's bring Jamie's character back to life instead of,
Laurie.
Well, Laurie, we had 78, Halloween 2, and H2O. That's good enough. I think we need to
Yeah. But even though a lot of the like kills are like over the top, like you guys said the Pfeiffer and stuff. Like I think the kills like in like the when he goes to the house is like with the old couple, the drone lady you say like those are I think like those like the kills the gore is really good.
Hey, that girl didn't die, Alex.
Oh yeah, well
Yeah, the light bulb lady.
oh yeah, drone lady. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, those kills were okay, but
Well, I did like that scene where he's stabbing the dead body in the back with the knives. Like,
yeah,
trying to
that's really
knife
good.
The one he likes. See, that was good.
that was good.
But that's
It's not enough to
Michael being Michael, and they got Michael right in this series. I feel so.
Like even though those characters were stupid, like when he attacks
Big Tom and Little Tom.
no, Marion and the
Oh,
the doctor and the nurse married
Yeah,
couple.
the Halloween costume.
Even though they're dumb, but like those are good kills. I think.
Those are
Ah.
I mean, they're okay. I think the guy got it worse. But,
Oh, yeah, I like how he tries to choke Michael with the.
but still, she's trying to shoot the gun on the outside. The nurse is in the inside trying to shoot the gun. Why
She's just
can't
wait.
anybody shoot anything?
Well,
I
I'm
know,
sorry,
right?
but how did Michael plan to hit that door and make that girl shoot herself?
Yeah, she did.
I know that was
When that
stupid.
happened, I laughed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, how would he have known when she was going to pull the trigger?
He's just sitting there looking at her, just being like, boom, boom, boom. She's unloading the clip. And
Right.
oh, my God. Oh,
I think it's like I don't think even Michael expected that. He's probably like, "Wow, she's stupid."
you know how they say, like in The Walking Dead, like no one can shoot anything? Like
Right.
this is even worse than that, I think.
Oh,
Right.
this.
But you also, I mean, you guys mentioned the 1978 flashback. That's all really good, and I was cool seeing Loomis in there.
Yeah.
Callaghan!
Yeah,
Callaghan!
And it was-
Did a good job with that. Well, the
Yeah, and,
mocap
like-
was good.
He's like,
and I
yes.
thought it was
Nothing
mocap.
like
I thought it was like they use CGI, but no, they use practical makeup. Like that's pretty good.
He Callaghan!
Yeah,
Ah!
and it's I like how they show like how they got Michael that night. You know, all those cops surrounding him. And like, was that supposed to be Deputy Hunt from Halloween 2? The guy with the blonde hair. Was that supposed to be? Here's another weird part.
Yeah,
Speaking
he
of
has
Halloween-
that cameo, the part where he's behind the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's maybe just an Easter egg. Like when they're talking about the past survivors, when they mention Lindsay and like how Annie died, they show a clip from Halloween 2, which is kind of
Yeah.
confusing. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
what? I thought it was retconned. That's what I mean. Like they want to include Halloween 2, but they can't.
Well, the only thing that's retcon is when the brother and sister storyline and
Right.
everything else, I guess.
But
Except
like
for
that footage is from Halloween 2. That's the thing. That's mixing
Yeah,
it a
we'll
little
just pick
bit
one
weird.
little scene.
Yeah. Like if like let's say like that's how exactly it would have played out. You know, if even Halloween 2 wasn't retconned.
Right.
Yeah, like I bet you like the kills were good. Like here's the thing, like when I first saw Halloween Kills, I didn't care for Big John, Little John because I thought their scenes went on for too long. But I kind of warmed up to them because they were actually one of the better actors in the movie, and and his kill when Michael puts his thumbs in his eyeballs and that's really good. So, and those kids, Michael should have killed all those kids.
He killed kids again in this movie, which was cool because
He killed that one kid that stole the
yeah.
candy. The one that they had the skull mask.
right. So
He should have killed the other ones. Like they were annoying.
Like I said, there's a lot of off-screen. I mean, there were some off-screen ones in the first one, but
Yeah, but those kids were really annoying. They should have all died.
and that's another thing for Halloween 3, of course, the callback.
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah.
With the
Silver
Haunted
Shamrock mask, and they actually had the Silver Shamrock
Yep.
thing in the back. So it was,
Yep.
Everything's
That's where
canon.
Polly works.
Shamrock Beats.
But you know what's funny? Like the actor who played Lonnie, he was actually also one of the better actors. I thought he
Yep.
was good. He was a lot
Lonnie
better.
was. I didn't mind Lonnie.
He was a lot
Except they
better.
told him stupidly like
Yeah, they did
hey,
kinda,
like
he's like, I'll go in there by myself. You stay
Right.
here.
Right, yeah, and he dies really quick because he goes inside and like 10 seconds
Well,
later,
you just
boom, he hears
got all
gunshot.
these people together. Like, use your team.
I like how he
should've-
has all those guns in his car, and like people walk up like, "Oh, I'll take this hammer. I'll take this." It's like what?
But there's that lady that had the iron, and in the when they're surrounding him at the end.
Well, evil
Well,
dies tonight.
Oh,
I know,
geez.
right? No, but like the best kill in the movie was when he kills Cameron, the boyfriend. Like that was
he
pretty brutal.
he tortured him. Yeah, I mean,
I like that. That was really good.
That was
Like, 'cause
probably I
Yeah.
would say that was the best kill.
even though like he was unlikable in 2018, and you wanted him to die, it's like when you get to this one, it's like, damn, dude, not like that. You know, just put him out of his misery already. And I like how like Michael was also taunting Allison because he's like, oh
Right.
yeah, because she hurts her leg. He's like, yeah, I'm killing your boyfriend. You can't do nothing about it.
right? Because she's like, let him alone.
Like,
He's
leave him alone. And then
You let me alone.
yeah, like the whole sequence is very intense.
Bam!
Like the whole sequence is like very intense. Is really well done. So like that,
here, Beverly.
I give the movie props for that. Like even though you guys mentioned like the movie has like a lot of bad writing in it.
How do you like the marshmallow mask? Like
Marshmallow
crispy
mask.
marshmallow. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, it's I
pretty
like
cool.
the mask. I thought it was
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does look like a burnt marshmallow.
Burnt Martian.
Marshes.
Marshmallow man. Yeah. I was just like, what marshmallow?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, overall, like I don't mind this movie. I know I get you guys why you guys don't like it, and you guys make good points about the writing. It is really bad, a lot of it. But
We've seen worse though.
But
I've seen
yeah,
worse.
and I think the intense scenes that I mentioned and the kills that get me through the bad writing. So I like it okay overall. So those are my thoughts on Halloween Kills.
Okay.
It's not that bad. I think.
Okay.
So you guys have anything else to say about Halloween Kills? Nope.
Nah.
So Evil did not die tonight. Stats.
Okay, so this movie's budget went up a little bit. It was $20 million, but it did not make. I mean, it made money, but it didn't make anything near the first movie. The first movie was $255 million. This one was $131.6. So it's almost cut in half of what Halloween 2018 made. But that's still a lot of money for a $20 million budgeted film.
That's because people didn't like it as much, and
Right.
it was on the cock. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So tomato score though is pretty low, 38. But it has a 66 on the user score. So
probably because you know what is next. That's probably why people watch it, like it a lot.
IMDb 5.5. I think that's fair.
Yeah. All right. So Evil did not die tonight.
People suck that.
That's the Halloween Kills audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is the second highest audience score over Halloween 2 1981.
People are fucking high.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah. So the Halloween Kills came out in 2021, and we got the next one, the last one. This is it, guys.
Fucking.
This is it.
Yeah,
this
this
is the
was.
final one. We got it a couple weeks ago. Okay, here. Okay. Okay, Dan. Okay, Dan's gonna go first this one, but I want to make something very clear. If you like this movie, that's fine. That's your opinion. Do not. I see a lot of people who like this movie, like go out of the way to like defend it, like their life depended on it. Because
but their points are dumb because they still cannot come up with a valid. You know what I mean? Like a valid.
But but it's their opinion. That's fine. So
fine,
if you're watching this, if you really like this one, that's fine. Don't let they'll get offended what we're gonna say. But let's go ahead and trash this movie. Go ahead, Dad.
I don't care.
Let's get to.
Listen, I'm going to try to make you guys. I'm going to try to make you guys feel like this is the worst one of all the Halloween movies.
Good luck.
Okay. If I say anything that isn't correct, please stop me, okay? Because I've thought about a lot of this.
Oh, by the way, Dan, I rewatched this last night. For finally.
Okay, good. So then you can correct me if I'm wrong on some things.
Okay.
Okay. Right off the bat, I thought in the movie theater, I know you guys were kind of thought that opening scene was good, but people were cheering, but I didn't cheer. I stood right up and said, "Have you all gone mad? This isn't fair."
Hey, by the way, guys, that actually did happen.
Okay, right away, you're introduced to this Corey character who apparently was this family's like yard worker. He had
Yeah.
done, like yard work for him, but this is the first time he was babysitting.
Hmm.
So he goes in and they tell him like, okay, like our son is sensitive or whatever, like he needs to be bed at a certain time and don't eat certain foods and all that stuff. Right away, once the parents leave, this Corey guy is a crappy babysitter. He's letting him watch movies he's not supposed to watch, and he's letting him eat what he's not supposed to be
John
doing.
Carpenter's the thing. They're
What's
watching
that?
They're watching John Carpenter's the thing.
Yeah, so it's like right away, it's like you were supposed to feel for this guy, but he's being a crappy babysitter. The kid is completely unlikable.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what the point of that was. Why is he not trick or treating?
The kid was
It-
dumb.
it's
No. Okay. Here's where I gotta correct you. They actually do. The mom actually says why he's not trick or treating.
The
okay.
kid was stupid.
Because this opening scene is in 2019, like a year after Halloween.
Right, 1 year.
So they're still scared of the Michael Myers thing. He's still
Okay,
out there.
Which again, okay, to add to that, which does make sense because he is still on the loose.
Yes.
So I'm just surprised they're even trick or treating in Haddonfield.
But what
this
happened to
year.
him though?
Who? Oh, Michael.
Michael?
If
Oh.
you, cause,
Well, we know why. We know we get later.
Well, if you, what happened? It ended with him looking out the window, right? He killed
Right.
everyone in the street. So what did he do? Did he pull a Halloween resurrection or
No one
H2O?
knows.
Did he walk off into the sunset?
But no, but Dan, they do explain why that kid's not trick or treating.
Okay,
but I
okay.
get your point. Why people would even trick or treat
Right,
a
'cause
year later.
Remember, they're like, "Oh, we're just going to put the bowl out front." It was like they were acting completely normal, like, "Oh, this is normal. It's only been a year," and the guy's still on the loose. But anyway, I digress. So you have this unlikable kid. He locks Corey in a room upstairs, and then Corey freaks out like he's the most terrified person ever. He's in a room with the lights out.
The kid is not even as afraid as him.
Yeah, and Corey is trying to bust the door. I'm like, you wouldn't react like that. I'm sorry. You would just be like, hey, all right, let me out. Like, hey, unlock the door. You wouldn't be like,
yeah.
Right.
Why would Corey be fine sitting there babysitting while Michael's still on the loose, mind you? And this kid keeps talking to Corey about Michael, but he's scared only when he's locked in a closet. And it's only because he was seeing stuff in the house when the kid was hiding from him.
Because the kid told them like, "Oh, Michael Myers doesn't kill kids; he only kills babysitters." And then I guess that,
Yeah,
like,
he's
like,
run
like
that
Corey,
through.
no, but he's like, I think Corey. I'm not defending the writing. I'm just trying to explain what they're going for here. Is like that thought probably crosses his mind. And that's how you got paranoid. Like, oh, Michael's still out there. Oh my God, you know.
Yeah, so a little
It's
kid.
not good. It's not
Delete.
good, but I'm just saying like that's the intent, I guess.
Okay, so anyway, we know what happens. He kicks the door down. The kid falls off and breaks his neck. Now, I'm thinking right now, I'm like, okay, so at this point, I think they're trying to make Corey sympathetic, but I'm already kind of like, I don't really sympathize with him because he's a crappy babysitter for one, and how he reacted didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, okay, now we have 4 years later. Okay, here's where it even gets more ridiculous. It's 4 years later. Corey's out and about. He's working for his dad at a junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand how the town is not trusting of him and all this stuff. Okay, I get that. But all of a sudden, Corey goes to a gas station and not a bunch of jocks, but a band group.
Yeah.
Starts picking on him in the band group. And Corey is, by the way, older. He's not in high school anymore. These are high school kids, and Corey's like, leave me alone. It's like, these are band geeks. Like, why are band kids picking on him? And the funny thing is they don't eat. Okay, so then so then Lori shows up, and Lori, if you think about it, she is the cause of all the problems. She's the one's like, are you going to do it to me? And they're like, yeah, let's pop this tire. If that tire popping wouldn't have happened, he wouldn't have been pushed over that bridge. Those kids wouldn't even have cared at this point.
Lori started
So
it.
it's Lori's fault that Corey gets knocked over the bridge. Okay? See, the whole writing is garbage at this point. Then you got Corey, backtracking a little bit. He gets his hand injured because he breaks the glass. Right. And then you got
the chocolate milk.
Yeah. So Allison sees him, and all of a sudden she is completely infatuated with him.
There's no connection.
She is. It's first love or love at first sight because it made no sense whatsoever for her to be that way. You know, the whole Lori like moving past her trauma. I'm not going to say that that's not possible, but it did not fit based on what we saw in the first Halloween movie. Like, I don't. She should have, in my opinion, her character should be more traumatized at this point.
Well, the fact that he's still on the loose,
right? And he is still on the loose.
Why would she not? She prepared 40 years when he was in prison,
right?
And she's not going to like feel the same. Why would she move on? It don't make sense. Right. Why would she move on now?
Right. Okay, so now we're at the bridge. Corey gets knocked over the bridge and he's knocked out. Okay, there's a homeless guy there. Michael drags Corey in to do what? Because all of a sudden Corey wakes up and Michael hasn't done anything to him.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Michael was behind the wall. So how did he drag him? You know what I mean? Yeah. Michael was on the other side of the wall. So who did he drag him in?
Why? Like, why did he drag him in?
Yeah, there was no reason for that to happen. It made no sense. Corey wakes up. Michael grabs him through, like he's behind a wall. It was like, what? But then all of a sudden, Michael can like read his mind or can see that Corey's evil inside, when in fact he's not really evil inside, because he was put in this situation where
he was bullied. That's not even the same thing as what Michael went through.
So Michael lets him go. Okay, so we're already like at least close to halfway in the movie, and this is the first time we're seeing Michael in a Halloween movie. So
it's like an hour. And
right away it's like, what the hell?
45 minutes a bit. Yeah.
And I know
Michael Myers is in this total for 7 minutes.
And I'm trying not to drag this up, but I feel like all these points need hit because, honestly, like, this is the worst Halloween movie of all of them. It's got to be because of all the things you have. So then,
well, when people, I just want to interrupt you to say, when people defend this film, they talk about it's not about Michael, it's about what
Corey.
Michael. It's about what Michael has done to the town. That is why people are so like angry and like messed up in the head and stuff like that. It's about it's
trauma.
So it's not just about Lori's trauma. Now it's the town's trauma.
But but the thing is the town doesn't ever address. I mean, it's very smallly addressed. Like, it seems more like everyone is talking about the whole Corey accidentally killing the kid thing. It doesn't even seem like the Michael killings from 4 years prior is even it's like an afterthought.
No, they do bring it up because every time like some people see Lori, like, this is your fault, Lori.
Well, no, not everyone. Not only that black woman.
Well, doesn't the radio?
No, but the DJ said.
Yeah,
not the
DJ.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like an afterthought. It's not brought up enough. I mean, because Lori's all happy-go-lucky.
The bullies call her the freak show.
Right, but what I'm trying to say is Lori isn't affected by anything until the grocery shop when the girl's like, you did this to my relative. And then all of a sudden, that's when Lori all of a sudden's like, oh, what have I done? It's like, I'm saying if the town has been that affected, she should be always feeling that way. Not like, la-di-da, it was not handled correctly.
Like when she turned to Hawkins and she's like, I like your face. I'm like,
yeah, it's like,
what the hell's with the writing in this movie?
I'm saying, like, she's at a grocery store filled with people. No one's like pointing at her and like snickering or talking behind her back. It was not. I get where they were going, but it wasn't handled well. They didn't show enough of that.
I agree.
So then Corey is just like, oh, I'm just gonna be a killer. Like when he makes that bar. Oh, again, at the bar, like, he gets picked on, and he's like,
the dancing, the dancing
situations were forced to where he was always finding himself in a predicament. And even though if it wasn't his fault, I hated it. Every other scene. Oh, here's bullies. Oh, here's someone in the bar. Oh, someone's picking on him. Oh, homeless guy's picking on him.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like,
it was like then he lures that guy into where Michael is, and the guy is able to get away from Michael. He pushes Michael down,
and Michael's like, ugh.
He's like, and then Corey has to subdue the guy, and then Corey's like, teach me to kill him. Michael's all like,
there are people defending that, though. They're saying that it's 4 years later. Michael's obviously older, and he was hurt from when he got beat up from the mob.
That was 4 years ago.
Right.
But that doesn't make sense because he killed the whole damn mob.
Right, but
Yeah.
they're saying that he got like a second win, but the after
What?
effects
Makes
won't
no
bother
sense.
him.
It's
I'm like,
stupid.
that's really stupid.
And you know what else is stupid? If it's true that Michael gets strong by killings, then why did he not kill for 4 years? If he was like, I'm getting weaker, I got to go get kills. He should have been going getting kills.
He was
If
hiding
that's
it.
what
He was
was.
hiding in the sewer because he was scared.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I think Donald Pleasance could have kicked him over in his grave.
Like when you said like when he's like, Allison, where were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You left her, stupid.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
Hey, I pointed this out after we saw the movie that she was doing this. Like,
Right.
don't go.
Wait a minute.
With
What
no
the hell?
talking. He's just
Whoa,
like,
whoa, whoa.
"Eh."
Are we sure that Michael didn't kill for 4 years? Because remember what the homeless guy said? He said anyone who goes in there doesn't come out. So does
Right.
that mean Michael killed him?
Oh, maybe. Well, then that leads more
I'm
credence
just
to
going by-
why is he weak then?
I'm just going by what the homeless guy said.
Yeah,
Remember,
that
he's
makes
like,
sense,
He's
right.
like, I want that mask. He's like, go in there and get it. No one
Yeah.
has ever come out. Like, okay,
Yeah,
so
so-
Michael has
Yeah.
been doing
So
something.
now we're about to go on this whole tirade in the movie
What
where
is
like
it, Freddy?
Michael's working with this Corey guy,
Yeah.
which is just stupid, and Allison is still like let's leave this place.
This is where I think Friday the 13th Part 5 did it better. Is
Right.
if you're going to have a copycat killer, Michael should be dead. Michael should be dead, not working with him like that. That's why I think Part 5 worked, is because Jason was dead, and this guy, took the mantle basically.
Yeah.
And then, Jason comes back, obviously. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying it would work better that way. If you were going to like pass the torch or something.
And let's not forget that Lori is who wanted to set Allison and Corey up, and then all of a sudden, once they start dating, Lori's like, wait a minute.
And what about the
Well,
big-
she's the evil. She's the evil in him. He starts acting creepy
Why didn't she see it earlier?
because he hadn't confronted Michael Myers yet.
Oh, so stupid.
I know. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying that's what happens in the movie.
How can she see evil in him? She doesn't have the same
No,
powers as Michael. They're not connected.
The eyes.
They're not connected. Michael and him are not. Michael and Lori are
Also,
not connected.
because he was acting creepy, he was like hiding behind the bush.
So you're
outside the
telling me in
house.
1978 she looked at his eyes and said, "Oh my God,
Well-
like this guy."
Well, she said she did.
Lori
Well,
never got a good look at his eyes because she stabbed his eye.
Well, she said she did when she saw Tony Moran's face.
Come on. Like,
Okay, all right. Then when Corey gets, I don't remember exactly what happens. He like passes out at that house, the abandoned house. All of a sudden, like Lori's in there. This is
Yeah.
when you went to the bathroom because you were so uninterested in the movie. All of a
Yeah,
sudden,
I think it's really bad.
all of a sudden, Lori's like, oh, I know evil, and like it's almost like they're playing a game. And then all of a sudden, Corey turns his head, and then he turns back, and Lori's gone. Like, oh, she pulled a Batman. Oh, like no sounds. Like you just.
It was
did-
after. Yeah, that was weird. The way she
Wait a minute.
disappears.
What about the biggest complaint here? The biggest scene is when Corey's laying there with the Michael Myers outfit. The mask is right there, and Lori has the knife after he did what he did, and Allison walks in like, "Oh, good you! Oh my God!"
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Wait, I'll get to that, but I want to get to where all of a sudden Corey's like, I want Michael's mask, and he goes and beats Michael up. Again, Michael gets beat up like by just random people, and
Michael
Michael's
Myers
like,
is a pussy.
Yeah, it's like okay, so then he gets the mask, and then like what you said, it's like Jamie. Laurie Strode has a plan, so she somehow knows Corey is coming after her. So then she shoots Corey over the balcony, like, okay, you're shooting him to kill him. Like, you're not being like, I'm gonna wound you. You knew he was gonna fall. But then, like you said, like when he's down there and he stabbed himself, all of a sudden Laurie's like, oh no, like you died. Like I didn't want you to die. Like what? You just shot him.
I think it's really stupid that Corey
See, like
put
that would have
mask-
worked. That would have worked if she didn't grab the knife. She should just left it like that.
It's like when Corey puts on the mask. It's like it gives him power. It's like then
Right.
he's like Michael now. It's like he's.
But
he's
so the mask. Oh, is he Dr. Fate? The mask is what the power is. That's what they're
might
acting
might
like.
as well.
Yeah.
At this point in the movie, when Allison comes in, she's like, "What?" Ah!
Yeah.
I'm just like. then we get the crappy writing where it's like all of a sudden I feel like the writers were like, well, we don't know where to go from here, so let's just have Michael come back and kill Corey. Okay, you were just pointless. And by the way, Corey should have been dead from that knife wound in his neck. Like, the
Yeah.
fact that Michael came in and he was still alive, that was stupid. I didn't even care at this point. Then you get the kitchen showdown, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, I didn't care because I felt like they ruined the characters were making stupid decisions. Yeah.
Since when do you bring in a new character to introduce Palpatine?
But
For the
yeah.
third movie, when do you do that to build him up and then that's it? Like,
But Dan,
they
but
brought Corey
here's a yeah, the Palpatine thing. Yeah, somehow he came back.
Yeah, I like how Michael was all of a sudden strong again when he fought Laurie.
They should have brought Corey in if they were going to try to do something with him. They should have brought him in at least in Halloween Kills. They should have brought him in and built him up.
And doesn't she say she wants no more of this, but then she's writing a book? Wasn't there something that we were talking about how like it didn't make sense?
Well, the only reason the whole thing about the book is just the exposition, though, to tell us what she's doing.
And let's not forget about that great relationship between Hawkins and Laurie that was thrown in for no reason. It went nowhere.
And show me the flowers.
The cherry blossoms.
I'm sorry. Yeah. This is the worst movie in every Halloween movie, in my opinion. I think I've pointed out all the reasons why.
No, you point out all the reasons why it's bad, but I don't think you point out the reasons why it's the worst.
Okay, let's just say this.
All the points we've covered, people have tried to come up with ways of defending that.
Here's what I think. I think people are defending the ideas, not really the execution here.
The idea is fine.
Yeah, that's why the people are like, oh, it's. Yeah.
It doesn't make the movie good though.
But the idea is not there if the execution doesn't work. So the idea is scrapped. It doesn't work.
That's like shoot stuff in the foot.
People go to see Halloween movies for Michael Myers. This is the worst Halloween movie because Michael is in it, barely in the movie. And he sucks in it. Michael sucks.
If they were going to do it, like I said, if they were going to do something, they should have introduced Corey earlier. And if they're going to do a copycat thing, why not have like Halloween Kills be Corey as Michael?
Because they didn't have a plan.
And then the third movie, Michael is not really dead. He comes back. They could have done it that way. But you don't bring him in the third final movie.
Yeah, exactly.
This is it. This is Michael's legacy. This is where it came down to. This stupid idiot kid trying to be a copycat killer, and then at the end Michael shows up and people are like, well, okay, it's not about why does Michael have
it's different, so it's good. That's the defense.
It's not really about Michael, it's about Corey. It's like, well, that's the problem.
Yeah. We don't care about that character.
How can we care about him when he just was introduced and then you kill him?
Yeah.
He can't whatever.
Why is Michael's mask on the cover? It should be Corey's face.
Yeah. This is a Corey story.
What? I mean, defend it all you want. I don't care. Your points are you can't come up with a logical explanation on why this movie has bad writing. I mean, that is an explanation, but I'm just saying, like, the characters, what they do in this, don't make sense. Yeah. It doesn't make sense coming off of the last one, especially when you introduce 2018 and the characters, what they went through, and this is what we get. This is how they ended.
Laurie should have committed suicide because she's the reason Corey became Michael, because she stabbed that tire.
The stupid bully stuff, man.
Right, yeah.
It's like...
That's what I said. Like, I told you in the theater, I was like, when that happened again, I was like, what's this, Dairy? Dairy Maine? Yeah, it's been like that, man.
Where's Henry? Bowers.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, what the hell?
And the music sucked, too.
I disagree. I actually...
It just wasn't memorable, I guess.
What, the music in this?
The score?
Yeah.
I don't think the music was that good in this.
I thought it was fine.
I mean, it's not memorable.
2018 had the most memorable music.
Yeah, it did, but I'm saying, like, this is fine. They have a problem with the music.
I'm done.
You done? Rob,
you pretty much hit all the...
This is the worst Halloween movie.
Rob, did you want to continue on his points? Or the...
I was talking when he was talking, so
Yeah.
I agree with everything Dan said. This movie sucks, and it like, honestly, this is it. This is, people are saying, well, this is not it. It is it for the Blumhouse stuff.
Yeah.
And Jamie Lee Curtis even stated she is not. This is it for her.
This storyline, yeah.
So good riddance. I think this trilogy showed its true colors. This movie right here is the reason why I will go back and say Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, and Halloween H2O is my perfect trilogy. So
Yes.
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Eat it. Yeah.
I'll watch Halloween 6.
Okay, it's funny. It's funny because like, and in the theater when they revealed that light bulb lady was still alive, I remember you going like, "How is she still alive?" You know?
Yeah, we were talking to the whole movie. That's a bad sign.
He stuck it in Halloween Kills, and then she's sitting there like this. The whole
Yeah,
time.
she's bleeding out. Yeah.
Like he's like, oh.
It was like all the way through.
Oh, do you remember the joke that Allison said where that one guy like close to us was laughing and the only one that was laughing?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
What
Do you,
about
but,
the
no,
moment?
no, do you remember the joke that was said in the movie?
Oh yeah, Allison made a joke.
People call this like Twilight. What about the moment when they're on the roof and Corey jumps off the roof and he's like, oh, like
I know, it felt-
like what's he doing? He jumps off the roof and he's like, oh, like
I don't like that Allison became a grungy.
Right.
and they're riding on the motorcycle. She's like
said-
like they're like a rebel couple.
Oh,
It's
so
so funny.
so since Michael went with Corey to the doctor's house to kill him, and the girl, so did Michael ride with Corey in the motorcycle?
Probably.
He probably, I think Michael probably rode him in the fucking sewer.
You know, it's like they did wrestle together, so you know.
Oh,
I was gonna say like the joke, this dumb joke she said was like, why doesn't a bicycle stand on its own or whatever? And it's like, because it's two tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transformers fan, I will tell you right now, I hate the Rob Zombie ones, and they all are in the same category as far as I'm concerned. Halloween 6 and Resurrection are like they're like trophies compared to this film to me. Halloween 5, I would actually watch that over Halloween Ends just because of Loomis, Donald Pleasance.
And it actually has Michael Myers in it, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
Here's
How
Here-
dumb of me! How dumb of me not to mention that Michael Myers is in that movie.
here's the two things I've heard the biggest defense on this movie. One is, Michael Myers was barely in the I seen people actually like have the number of screen time Michael has in the original and in this one. It's like it's almost the same. Big difference. Context, people. Michael Myers was established as the villain from at the beginning of the original all the way through the movie. He feels presence throughout that whole movie. Here, he's not in the movie till almost halfway through, and he is a bitch. So it's like
Yeah.
there's no difference. I mean, there's a difference. The original did it better, and this one did it sloppy.
They don't explain it enough to how Michael is the way he is in this movie. They don't explain it enough. They leave you hanging. How does he have this thing to look into your eyes? Why is he weak? People can just come up with theories, but that doesn't make it a fact.
Right.
We don't know. We don't know
And
why.
here's one thing I missed out in the first time I saw it. I didn't know that they destroyed his house. Like there's a newspaper clipping of Laurie's room. Like, the Michael Myers house. The Myers house has been
Oh, I
demolished.
think I caught that.
I didn't catch that. I was like, wow. Like, I
4 years.
was like, something that big, the Myers house, like, shouldn't be like
That's
a
why he's
line
in
of
the
dialogue.
sewer.
Yeah, I
He-
guess why that's in the sewer. That's why. And another thing, people defend like people who bring up Season of the Witch. Okay, this is where I'm gonna rant. Okay, there is a big fucking difference between Season of the Witch and Halloween Ends. Season of the Witch was his own story from beginning to end.
Right.
This movie
What?
wants to be his own story, but it's still handcuffed to the Michael Myers storyline, so it does not mesh well. That is the big fucking difference. And
That
Season
is
of
a
the Witch-
stupid comparison. Those of you out there right
That's what
now,
I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Halloween Ends still has Michael Myers in it. Halloween 3 does not. So what the
It's
hell?
like it's like this two. It's like they had two different scripts for this movie. An original story about this Corey guy, and the ending of this trilogy with Michael Myers finally facing up Laurie one last time, and they pushed it together. And unfortunately, we got more Corey, and Michael Myers is the back burner, and
Yeah, I don't
kind of
give a
and Laurie
fuck about
and
this
then
Corey.
Laurie kind of is
Who
too.
gives a fuck about this guy?
Yeah, Corey.
Like, who gives a
Yeah, who
literal
cares about
flying
David
fuck
Young?
about this Corey motherfucker? I don't give a fuck about this pussy.
Yeah, and like that's the big that's the big difference between
happened.
Season of the Witch and Halloween Ends.
I don't give a fuck. I want to see
Hmm.
Michael Myers kill people. I don't want to see Michael Myers be someone's bitch and be a fucking
Thomas, you
pussy.
kind of scared me because you've been quiet throughout the whole Halloween Ends discussion. And
Because
also
I've just been kind of letting you guys kind of take over here
Yeah, I'm
because
sorry.
Okay, I'll say this. Okay, I'll say this.
Rant, and Dan, I know, has been wanting to
I'll
rant.
say-
about
I
Okay.
went long. I
Okay,
apologize.
no,
no.
that's fine. No, that's fine.
But we
I
never think the-
okay. Here's the thing. I agree with all you guys' problems with the movie. Absolutely on point. The writing, Corey, Allison's love story makes no fucking sense. Especially she doesn't even see the red flags with him. He starts acting weird and shit. And
Yeah.
it's like why wouldn't she believe her grandmother who she known her whole life?
she's a fucking
Right.
idiot.
That's what I mean.
She's
Like
a
I don't
fucking
like
moron.
I don't like Allison in this movie
but
like at
Corey
all.
Corey
Yeah.
has admitted to Allison several times that he's killed somebody. So
Yeah.
why is it so hard?
And
to
then the
believe
ti-
that he would be?
Why
Yeah.
is it so hard? And that is so what she fucking said.
Yeah, like and like also like the
It's
talking
not
about
like
let's
her grandma killed somebody.
yeah,
Like
like,
her grandma, Lori doesn't go out and kill people.
and then she even blames her at one point in the movie. Like, this is all your fault. My parents are dead. It's your
Right,
fault. Like,
yeah.
what? Michael Myers killed your parents. Not. Oh my god. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, she acted like
What
the-
the fuck were they smoking while writing this shit?
Allison was so
Allison-
dumb in this movie. Like,
Allison
ah,
acted like
doing enough.
no,
They should have
Allison.
threw her in that
I mean,
compactor.
Lori
But
was
I-
stupid too.
Allison acted like
Yeah, she
Lori.
was.
Like Allison acted like Lori did in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. She was like emo and she was unlikable, and then what have you know?
Throw them all in the
Doesn't it
compactor.
feel like they tacked on the Michael Lori fight just to be like, oh, let's have these two
Yeah.
together? But
Yeah, it
wow,
was.
They're not related, you idiots. Like it ain't
Because-
a big
I
deal.
agree with Dan. By the time
Because he
that
came back for the
buildup
mask.
happens- by the time that buildup happens, there is no buildup. Because
There's
once
not,
the fight happens, you're just like, oh, finally this, but why am I not
Because
interested?
because
Oh,
the
probably because I'm so damn bored.
because the buildup was all Corey. Like that was the buildup of the movie, not Myers. But okay, I will say okay.
Because there was only like 100 people
They
there
do-
for Michael's body to
Right.
be destroyed.
They do like a Scream thing when he's like, if I can't have Allison, no one can. It's like,
And
Right.
that don't even make sense.
like you're revealing that you're the killer.
no one
Right.
can have her. Well, guess what? She's gonna find someone because you killed yourself.
I know, right?
What a dummy!
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna kill Allison.
right.
That
That's
makes-
amazing. When people, yeah, when like people say that, like I can have her, no one can. That means like, oh, she'll die with me. Okay. Even though I agree with all all the points you guys brought up, like most of them, I pretty much agree with. Like I like some of the like. Here's the thing, the idea of somebody like Corey, accidentally killing somebody, and then the whole town blaming him, and he goes crazy because of that. Like that's a good idea on paper, but they put it in a fun finale film, barely introducing him. It does not work at all.
It's-
And
It's a good idea for another serial killer movie, not a Michael
Exactly.
Myers movie.
like if this was like the like Rob said, like part 5 new beginning, like if this was the beginning of a new series with Corey, like maybe it could have worked, but I didn't care about Corey because I didn't think he was very interesting.
Jason Copycat Killer
Yeah.
would be easier to get by with than a Michael Myers one.
Like,
because
imagine-
Michael Myers has his own unique
Yes,
way of doing things.
imagine if like in Friday 13 Part 5, Roy found Jason in the sewer and then they fought each other and he took his hockey mask. You know, it's like that. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work.
Good point.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That wouldn't work
Yeah,
at all. Like
I mean,
like that's why part 5 is better because at least Roy didn't like
Everyone.
team up with Jason. He did his own
What's-
thing.
yeah, this
You
movie
know?
sucks.
Same with Season of the Witch has his own storyline. Like it did not get handcuffed to like another storyline that was already established and it's sloppily like executed at the end. You know?
Whenever I see
Um,
this poster, I'm just gonna picture an invalid.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
you're making me think twice. I don't even know if I'm going to own this movie.
What's so much being a collector?
I think I'm going to
You're
break.
better
my
off wiping
sickness.
your fucking ass with it, though.
I'm going to break my sickness of trying to collect everything and being a
Your
collector.
sickness.
I think because it is a sickness. Because if I buy this movie and I don't like it, what the hell am I doing?
Are you turning evil now?
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah. But okay. Okay. I agree with a lot of guys. What you guys have said. Like I said, like I like some of the ideas on paper, but they don't work well. Like Lori moving on, I like the idea, but it wasn't really done really well. Again, another character going crazy in Haddonfield and killing people. That's a good idea on paper, but it wasn't meshed well.
A smart person would be if the killer was still on the loose, you would get the hell out of there.
Right.
You would not
Move.
be there.
You would move, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Right.
And
maybe she just loves Hawkins.
If they put Michael back in jail, then I could see Lauren moving on and acting like she did.
Exactly.
But then, but like, here's the thing. A few positives. I do like some of the kills.
By Corey.
But actually, Corey. Yeah, it's most of his kills. Like, I actually don't mind his scarecrow mask. That's kind of work in a solo movie, but like again, he's teaming up with Michael Myers. Like,
yeah, again, that would work in his own movie. You know?
Corey, part 2.
I don't mind the music. Some of the music was fine.
I don't mind it either. It just was forgettable.
So many people have praised the cinematography. I'm like, well, they're all good in all the movies. So it's not really. I know. No, people always bring it up like cinematography is really good in this movie. Like, okay. They know how to handle a camera. That's good.
I mean, when the boy falls dead on the floor from the balcony?
Yeah.
Or maybe they mean the part where the garbage truck ran into the fence and smashed that girl.
Oh, yeah, that part is funny.
Offspring kills, yeah, when he blows
and she still lived. She was still alive until she got run over.
Yeah, she had no cuts or nothing. Come on.
I
know. She's like, go behind you.
I wonder that's like, you will be dead. Remember?
I don't like the girl who was a bully and then she turns out not to be. She's like, oh, leave him alone. She was Bobby.
That's Fence Girl.
She was
Fence Girl.
Fence Girl.
Leave him alone, honey.
Those kills were pretty good. I'll say.
But that's Corey. Who cares?
I know, but like the actual I'm talking about the kill. I'm not talking about the story. What's going on?
I don't like.
I'm just saying, like, it's hard to like it because you're just like,
I know, but like
it would have been better if he dressed up in that clown mask than if he put the Myers outfit on. It would have.
Yeah.
It would have
made he was already a mechanic, so he was like, I'm already got to have that.
Again, it's like they're saying like the mask gives him powers. Like at the end of Halloween Kills, when Michael puts the mask on, it like gives him a second wind. It's like he's more powerful.
Another thing about the mask, if the mask
burn the mask, then
if the mask gives him power, why does Laurie keep it at the end?
Exactly. He kept it at the end. Maybe
because she's gonna be a killer now.
It's so frustrating. So it's like
that didn't make sense.
They sacrificed a finale film just to introduce a new character and a new storyline. Why?
She kept the fit mask for what? My theory is that she kept it as a trophy. Like, but why would you want to remember that?
You know what I mean?
Why
would you thrown it in the garbage?
Exactly. Why would you want to have that still?
Yeah. So yeah. Well, I'll give him one. I'll give him one thing. At least they actually made sure it was him, and then they killed him at the end.
There's literally not like one positive thing you can say.
And I did like the final fight, even though like Dan said, like there was no build to it. Like I was still entertaining to watch.
I thought the final fight fucking sucked.
I'm not saying it sucked, but I thought it was fine. That's fine. It's fine. But it feels small scale.
It was okay. It wasn't.
It was fine.
Nothing's major.
Yeah.
I was expecting more.
It was alright.
It fucking sucked.
Alex, if you're done, let's let Thomas go.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
Fucking suck.
Okay. But okay, Thomas, is there anything that we haven't brought up that you want to bring up?
I mean, you guys. That's why I was kind of leaning back the whole time and like not saying anything because you guys were basically on point with like every single thing you were bringing up, especially like with Dan, like with the whole Corey stuff. Like, yeah, like this movie. I mean, this really did feel like you said, it was like two scripts they found, and like they kind of just like, oh, let's put it in a blender and see what we can get here. And you basically.
I'm sorry. And by the way, David Gordon Green saying like, "Oh, we never intended this movie to be Michael Myers and Laurie throughout the whole movie." Bullshit! Because originally Halloween Ends was supposed to take place the same night as Halloween Kills.
Yes.
So, fucking liar! You full of shit.
Well, Jamie Lee Curtis even stated in interviews that people would probably be mad at this film or angry.
Yeah, now we know why. He
was right.
Yeah,
I mean,
but again, like I said before, why would you say that? Why would you say that loud?
That's one thing I want to say. It's like Why would the fuck would Jamie Lee Curtis come out and say this is gonna piss fans off? Like, how fucking stupid is that to say? Like,
Well,
we're basically
in a
pissing off
way,
the
that's
fucking
actually
fans.
kind of good marketing because that will get people curious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll get people curious. Like, oh, why
Yeah.
would she say that? Like, what's going on?
It's one of the things like like okay,
Humans are
what
stupid.
is it? And then you will see it and you're like, oh, I know why. You should have let it burn.
That's stupid.
I
Okay,
mean,
the stupid part about the finale is when Allison teleports there and it breaks his arm. That was dumb.
this is
Okay.
basically 95% Corey, 5% Michael Myers. Like that, and that's being probably generous.
Yeah.
Because Michael Myers does not appear until almost an hour and like I would say like 40 some minutes.
Like
into
45 minutes about, yeah.
Yeah, like almost an hour into the film, you get Michael Myers. And what the fuck is Michael Myers doing hiding under the fucking sewer? Is he fucking Chud?
He's a Ninja Turtle.
He's
Is he fucking?
he's Toxic Avenger.
It's kind of like in Resurrection how he's under the house and eating rats.
And what's he like? What's he fucking living down there with the alligator from
Living
Alligator
down-
to Robert Forster?
how-
Like what the fuck's he
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 living?
was living in a van down by the river.
Doesn't have nothing
Foley
to do.
style.
Yeah.
He laughed.
And yeah, like I was getting ready for like remember how you guys like said this is like a Twilight love story? I was getting ready. I was ready to see, you know, I was like waiting for Corey and Michael to start fucking each other because like like this fucking like oh they got infatuated with each other like okay give me the fuck me eyes like okay are you guys gonna bang
He
or
did
like-
when he saw his life flash.
oh
before
so they
his eyes.
basically they mentally banged one another
Yeah, pretty much.
pretty much. Honestly, even fucking Twilight is a better love.
So you didn't
story.
like anything about this movie, Thomas?
No, this fucking movie fucking sucks.
Not even the
Like,
kills?
There's nothing redeeming about this.
Not even the
shit.
kills.
No, the fucking kills in here suck.
Oh, like come on, like the one with the fire when he killed that bully with the what was it called? What's that thing called?
Blowtorch.
Yeah, that was cool, dude. I like that.
Yeah, that's still not really enough to save it though. But
Oh yeah,
like,
dude. Okay,
even
okay.
Halloween kills that
The
better.
one
shit
off-screen
than
kill
this
that pissed me off, and wish we would have seen it, is when he killed his mom because she was annoying throughout the whole movie. She was insufferable.
fucking- This is the
mom,
fucking-
Corey's mom.
This
Wait, did she die?
She died, but it was off-screen
How do we know she died?
because we see Corey coming in back to his
Who are you
house.
talking about? Who are you talking about?
Oh,
I didn't-
Corey!
wait,
Corey
what
was
did we see?
coming. I get it.
Corey's
Wait.
mom when he kills
Wait,
his
do
mom.
we see the body?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Corey.
I
was
just couldn't
coming.
remember.
right.
Corey
The,
was
the,
fucking
like the
coming.
when he killed the bullies and when he killed the Blackberry Sims, those are pretty cool kills. But
Corey was coming.
Eh.
you didn't
This
you,
movie-
okay, you didn't like Blackberry Sims?
this movie.
It's like, hey Corey, you ugly motherfucker.
Speaking of Corey coming, this
Cunningham.
movie. This movie.
That was that was a tribute to Sean S. Cunningham. You know that, right?
Oh really?
I
Yeah,
wonder why
the
Corey
now
does
flame.
interviews a lot. I'm like, well, he must be a main character. Yeah, sure. is.
Billy, the Blue Ranger. That's what you guys call them.
Yeah,
This movie is a load of.
Ah!
you lose.
Oh my god, he should have said that.
This
Okay.
movie is literal fucking semen. This is
Oh, so you liked it, Thomas?
this is legit fucking ass cheeks. This movie, this is legit fucking ass.
Okay.
I mean,
You have anything to add on to what everyone said?
Thomas didn't
Now-
like anything.
not really because you guys, mainly
Alright.
Dan. I mean, Dan kind of
agree
laid out
with Thomas.
everything I really wanted to say about this Corey motherfucker. It's just like
Dan choked this movie to death.
he snapped. He
I was-
snapped this movie's
I was
neck.
liking that.
It's like fuck you.
Yeah, this movie can go to literal fucking hell because it's like
Die.
Corey doing that to Michael, and Michael's like,
All right, Thomas, is that it for Halloween for you for Halloween?
I mean, I want to unleash a couple more rage. I want to unleash some more rage before we wrap it up.
Michael's I hate Michael now. He's not my
Yeah,
favorite.
Michael Myers is a fucking pussy, so fuck you, David. Fuck you, David Gordon Green, for making Michael Myers a fucking pussy.
Ryan Johnson
I mean,
wrote it.
who gives a fuck about this Corey motherfucker? Because I certainly don't give a fuck about this Corey piece of shit. Also,
Well, we're all
too,
agreement.
it's called Halloween Ends. It's Michael
Good.
Myers on the fucking poster.
Good.
I want to see Michael Myers.
Yeah. Oh, is
Michael
that? Well, wait a
Myers
minute.
is
No,
dead.
It's called
that actually might be Corey on
Halloween
the poster,
Ends.
though.
That's
It's
Corey.
called
Did you see?
Halloween.
But did you see that's Corey?
That might be Corey on the poster.
Yeah. It's
Anyway.
It's
misleading.
called Halloween, David Gordon.
what do you-
I want to
Okay.
see
Let's just put it this
Michael
way. Let's just
fucking
put it this way.
Myers. I
It
don't want to
ended.
see Corey.
Halloween ends, and that's what happened. It ended.
That's it.
This
I
is
did
the
that.
way they fucking and this is what I'm talking
I
about.
think
It's
that's
like
actually fitting.
if you were gonna do the two sequels this fucking piss poorly, then what the fuck was even the point of this goddamn trilogy, David Gordon Green
There's
and
nothing.
Danny McBride?
This-
What the fuck was the point of doing this goddamn trilogy?
Like I
If you
said,
were gonna,
this
you
this
literally
movie needs
pissed
to be
away.
the originals. So
You
I
pissed
almost feel like
away
they went out of their
Michael
way to
Myers.
see, like, oh, how can we make people mad?
You pissed away.
Yeah.
You pulled an R. Kelly and you pissed all over people.
How did the
Well,
theater react?
After this movie came out, yeah, the people were pissed off. So
Like
Mission
they pulled an R.
Accomplished.
Kelly. They pulled an R.
I
Kelly. They
just don't know
pissed
how
on
you can
people.
defend this movie. I just don't. I don't get it. Even the high people, the people that are high.
Oh,
like-
they are
like
high
big-
for thinking this movie's good.
no, but no, but,
No, but like big
Go ahead.
Halloween fans,
Yeah.
like enthusiasts. Like
yes,
there's some that even defend this. Like the idea's not there, people. It's not
They-
executed.
they
It's
just
not
like
there.
that.
Sure, to
no,
defend
here's
about
the thing.
this movie.
What I've heard, what I've hear from people is like they like it because it's different.
What? Oh, so different
what
is
I-
always good.
But that's what I mean. Like, well, that's why they like it. That's what they're saying. That they like it.
Just
So
because something's different doesn't mean it's automatically fucking good.
I think people that defend this movie are probably people that have only been introduced to just this trilogy and
Exactly.
haven't seen the older.
no,
Well,
it's
even-
it's people who no, it's people who are as old as us. So
Well, I mean maybe they just aren't like into the series.
Well, I'm
they
gonna
are,
quote-
but they are. Rob just said like
It's
it's like
fucking
fans.
series.
I'm
And why the
gonna-
fuck are they
listen,
even
I'm gonna
watching
quote,
this shit in the first place?
I'm going to quote Clark Griswold from Vacation. I think you're all fucked in the head. Like, honestly, I don't care.
Where's the
Call
fucking
like it is.
Tylenol?
All right, let me give the stats real
Yeah,
quick.
I'm
Yeah,
curious.
like you know what? Like you know
I'm
what?
Really,
Literally, fuck this movie. Fuck you, David Gordon Green, and fuck you, Danny McBride, because you pissed away a great franchise that was off to a great start with 2018, and you pissed it all away in the fucking wind, and you pissed all over people, R. Kelly fucking style, bitch.
Stats.
Style.
that was a good one.
Stats. That was good, yeah.
So the budget.
The
I got-
budget.
I got
Okay.
different numbers. It's
We all-
anywhere. It's anywhere between 20 million and 33 million. I don't.
What the
I don't
fuck's
know.
the budget then?
Well, Saban
Yeah.
did it.
So, okay.
Well, and this movie's still making money, but right now it's anywhere between 84 and 94 million, which is not. I mean, look at the last movie,
What a joke.
but it's still making money, which pisses me off. The tomato score is 41.
That's too fucking high.
Yeah. The audience score is 57. That's still high.
That's a
People
fucking
crazy?
joke.
Split.
What a
Split.
fucking joke.
IMDb 5.0 right now.
That's too fucking high too.
That is way too high.
But you know what's funny about the box office? It had a huge. One had one of the biggest drops in second weekend.
Yeah, what
Hey,
was
for
it?
good
Do you remember
fucking
the
reason.
percentage?
80% drop. That's
Good for good fucking
Yeah.
reason. This movie is
Well,
a pile of fucking dog.
and then like I said to people like, well, that's what happens when you mislead your audience.
Right.
You know?
It's just exactly what they did.
Yeah. So do we have time? Do we have time for the rankings or?
I think we should wait. I'm already cutting it close.
Why
here.
don't we dedicate a video for that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd like to dedicate one. I mean, otherwise we're gonna have to fly through this. I mean, I literally have to leave, and like, I should. My wife's probably gonna be texting me here any second. So
Okay. So for another time, we'll rank all 13 films.
yes,
Then.
Yeah.
Okay, for another time. So, all right. So overall, we all hated Halloween Ends.
Yes, thank God.
You're
It's
better.
over.
You're better off playing with your fucking bunghole.
All
I
right.
tell you
So
what, it's fine. I can go back to Halloween, Halloween 2, and H2O. And
That's what I was
Halloween
gonna
4,
say.
all those good
That's the
movies.
true trilogy
I can
right
watch
there.
that. I can watch those good movies.
I'm gonna just pretend that Halloween 2018 was a one-off.
There you go.
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can do
You
that.
can do that.
That's
Yeah.
even good. I mean,
He died in that fire. The end.
Yeah, he died. Yep, that's it. Good.
All right, so all those lives saved after
Dude, this
2018.
isn't Loki or Doctor Strange. You don't need another timeline.
All right, so thanks
Halloween
everybody.
Multiverse of Madness.
So thanks
Thank
everybody
you.
for
Thanks
watching.
to Porka
Yeah,
and Chucky
Yeah,
Doll.
thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed our cover of all the Halloween movies.
Thank you, Candy Bar.
I just wish this final movie, and that won't be the final. There's gonna be another one eventually.
Yeah,
Was good.
Give it about 5 years, maybe 5 or 10 years, and we'll probably see another Michael Myers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not made in the next 5 years, I'm going to be actually shocked.
Well, there was that big gap between 9 years between the past.
I will say
that one. So
I will say this. You know what sucks? That
What's
not
This
that
movie.
I wanted to see. Like I kind of want to see a season of the witch type of spinoff in the franchise in the
Can we
future.
please get a
No,
sequel?
no,
to
but
that?
here's the thing though. We're never gonna get that because everybody hated Corey, and they're like, "Oh, let's just do Michael Myers forever and ever and ever and ever and ever."
Yeah.
Fuck.
Can we please?
I
get a
gotta
sequel
go,
to
guys.
Halloween?
I'll see you.
All right, Dan. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Oh yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Wait, you're
Okay.
seeing him
Sorry,
tomorrow?
I got ditch.
Yeah, for trick or
That's all
treating.
right, man.
Oh shit, that's
see you
right. You
tomorrow.
guys are going trick or treating. That's right.
Oh, I haven't even ended the show. My bad. I
Hey, we're over 2 hours, so
know.
That's all right.
That's okay. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and
Bye.
have a happy Halloween.
Yeah,
have a
Halloween
good
ends.
one, guys.
Eat this Halloween ends. How about that?
Yeah.
Screw Corey
I
too.
just want
People
to
die tonight.